forceful arrest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican world radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
Welcome to Mike Winters. I am he. That will be me, Mike Winters. Happy Thursday, everybody. We are broadcasting live from here at the UFO Museum.
That's right.
And we're going to be here today and tomorrow for the big UFO Festival, which is underway, I guess, officially tomorrow.
Yep.
So
it's getting underway tomorrow, but
yeah.
Already the tourists are coming in. Streets are getting packed. I was kind of doing the touristy thing yesterday, the fly on the wall thing, and yeah, you can actually sink amongst the tourists and almost feel like you're a part of them. It's great.
It is.
Yeah.
It's very nice. But yeah, we're actually going to be doing the show here at the UFO Festival tonight or today and tomorrow. We have a night show, but it's not us. We're not the night crew. For fans of our nationally syndicated evening show, Ground Zero with Clyde Lewis. He is in town. He got in town last night.
Yep.
That's why you got a best of for those listening to Clyde. But he's in Roswell. I'm assuming he's staring at the back of his eyelids at 0700 this morning.
Yeah.
They got him pretty late.
You
But
got in like what, 10:30 last night?
10:50 is what I officially saw there as the official time of landing. But, yeah, he's in town. He's going to be doing his show, Ground Zero, live tonight here at the UFO Museum and tomorrow night as well. I believe the plan for tonight, weather permitting, is he's going to do his show. They're going to set up shop in the garden right next to the UFO Museum. It's right actually on the corner of 2nd and Main, that garden there. He's going to be doing his show. I believe the mural, the I guess is at the landing or at the UFO landing mural that's right there. They're going to be doing the show with that as a backdrop tonight. So come on out and see a nationally syndicated radio show here this evening and tomorrow. Tomorrow night, I believe he's going to be setting up in the actual research room there.
Right here inside the museum.
The North Library is the official term. But yeah, it's basically the most north entrance of the UFO Museum there. It's right. Like you see the garden there on the corner, that first door of the building there is just south of the garden is where he's going to be at.
That will be Ground Zero.
Ground Zero, yes.
Zero.
So yeah, we're it's actually a little quiet here right now.
Really is.
Because I don't think the place opens officially till I think 9.
Although I got into a staring contest with that dude over there. He won.
Yeah, he's the champ.
He really is. Dude never blinks.
You should take on Tire E.T.
I saw that. That's well designed.
Well,
I'm an admirer.
We're gonna have some fun the next couple days here. We got guests here, all UFO. Well, we're talking with Crystal Noble in the 9 o'clock hour, and so we have the pet costume contest tomorrow. So that's kind of UFO festival theme. So,
absolutely.
But yeah, we're definitely going to be here the next 2 days doing the show, and we want to invite folks to come on down. Like I said, the UFO Museum will open I believe at 9 this morning here.
Yep.
And then it'll be open early tomorrow for when the official UFO Fest. Matter of fact, this time tomorrow, this place is going to be 7.
7 o'clock
this
tomorrow.
time tomorrow.
Yep.
This place is going to be full of people, and we're going to be
People watching.
yeah, and we're going to be people watching.
Oh,
but,
absolutely. Hardcore. And judging every single one of you.
I think they're going to be judging me because they're probably like, who's this crackpot in the corner?
That's the thing. We're the monkeys on display. They're going to come over and be like, poke and point.
But yeah,
it's going
to be a lot of fun. We're going to have a bunch of fun.
a lot of big-headed aliens and then these 2 big-headed goofballs.
And I highly recommend you. I highly recommend you get on the video portion of today's show if you can. We are live streaming as we normally do with the video. KSVPTV.com are on yes, right here on our mic flags. Also on our Facebook page and our YouTube channels as well. But we've got our camera that's on us that you're seeing right now. But we also have in our possession our roving traveling cam.
Yes.
Which during like commercial breaks and well, quite frankly, whenever we get bored, they're going to rove around the museum or maybe outside and just use that as our backdrop cam. So you might see what's going on in the museum or out front here, stuff like that. So I highly, if you get a chance, don't do it while you're driving. That's not good. But when you get to your destination, go ahead and get the video, bring it up on your phones or your computers or what have you, and give us a watch. We're not pretty.
No.
But it'd be cool to
But our
entertain to watch.
surroundings are. See, that's the beauty of it. We sound good, and then the place that we're in looks good. It makes up for us. This.
Yes.
Right.
Gotcha.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, exactly. We look at this troll thing while I'm digging in my ear, and you.
That's the thing. That's the reason I got into radio in the first place. Is so people don't have to look at me.
Right.
I can just dress however.
Yeah,
And they introduced
exactly.
cameras into things and complicated everything.
Exactly. But yeah, we're here next 2 days, and we want to get y'all to come on out and have some fun this weekend here at UFO Festival, and we're going to have a good time. Let me give me the rundown for today's show.
Yes, please.
Juanita Jennings, Public Affairs Director for the City of Roswell, is going to join us here just a few minutes and give us any updates on changes and things, and just give us an update on UFO Festival. I know they were up late last night, scrambling, probably going to be up late tonight getting ready and setting up tents, and I think I saw
They're everywhere.
yeah, I think I saw like a Facebook post that they like about midnight saying, hey, we're wrapped up for today, we're going to keep going, but yeah, they're getting everything
they
done.
wrapped up yesterday, today.
Yes, exactly.
Literally.
So they've been pretty busy getting that up. So we'll get an update from Juanita then. In the 8 o'clock hour, we're going to have author and historian John LeMay join us. He's going to talk a little bit about his book, the Historic Book Fair. Of course, he's going to be out at Galacticon this weekend with his books. So I want to invite you to come out and check that out as well, too. So we'll get an update from Mr. LeMay in the 8 o'clock hour. And then the show goes to the dogs in the 9 o'clock hour as we have Crystal Noble from the Roswell Humane Society join us. That was a real mess up.
Society.
It's a Society. And join
Real
us.
swanky society.
Yeah. How's your Swiss family?
For a soiree.
Shawarma. But yeah, so we'll have Crystal join us.
Samsonite. It was way off.
Swami Samson. You might want to hold on to this IOU. That's a big one. But yeah, so that's what we got going on tap here. Definitely want to come out and participate in this week's
Absolutely.
UFO festival. There's a lot of good stuff to be had.
And by the way,
here.
the UFO Museum and Research Center is actually going to play home to the Ufologists Invasion. They're going to have just a weekend of just some amazing speakers, just experts in the field of ufology, so if you will. And the last year or so has been fascinating in the world of UFOs and you know,
a lot of
outer space.
government releasing of military sightings and things.
And what's crazy is one of the dudes from my childhood is partly responsible for those documents seeing light.
Who's the dude?
Mark Hoppus from Blink 182.
Really?
Yes. He was fascinated by aliens and UFO research and stuff. And so he got in and like started a whole organization devoted to like uncovering FBI and government documents related to
That's what
aliens.
he did with his Blink 182 money?
Exactly. Yep, so thanks, Mark Hoppus. Now we have answers.
You know who else is into UFOs and stuff? is Mr. Foo Fighter himself.
Oh yeah.
Oh, sorry,
Dave Grohl.
Dave Grohl. Sorry, I was trying to be nosy. Yeah, no, Dave. From what I hear tell, when the Foo Fighters came to Roswell about 20 years ago to do a show, well, it was about 18, but whatever it was.
Yeah.
I heard tell that he snuck in a little early incognito just to kind of sightsee and do stuff like that.
I would love to see Dave Grohl incognito because
Yeah.
they've already started the film. I want to go check that out. I haven't seen it yet. I want to see what's going on.
Oh yeah, they got the aliens going. I can hear the room. They dropped the bass in the museum.
That's right. The bass just dropped. I'm pretty sure now is when we're supposed to take the mushrooms. Is that how that works?
The rave will commence in 12
The rave
minutes.
will commence in 13 minutes. We've got the lava lamps. It's fine. Just drop your keys in the bowl.
So I think is Tanner out there with the camera right now?
He's on.
Are you switching to some of those cams? Okay, switch now. Don't show them the.
Yeah, they don't need to look at us.
Let's see what they're seeing. I'm curious. I can't see it. I don't have a monitor, but
let the people see.
But yeah, show them what's going on. As long as it's family friendly, you know.
Ooh,
Don't catch Tanner
look at that.
They'll catch
just
Tanner in a compromising position.
It's just like Tanner's bare backside. Wow, look at.
See now they're making back. They're making way back up. So yeah, where's Tanner at now? He's outside, outdoors. Oh, he's outdoors right now. Okay, I thought he was in the back there. Yeah. Sorry, we got a guy roving here. We got to get Juanita on, so let's do this. Let's take a quick break for weather and a commercial break, and then we'll get Juanita because she's got about 27 fires to put out after this. So it's already started actually. So quick weather break, quick commercial break, and then we'll be back with Juanita Jennings. You're good there. We'll be back. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy UFO Festival weekend. Okay.
High pressure over the area, so we'll be getting a lot of sunshine. For the overnight hours, clear and our low near 70, and then mostly sunny on Friday morning, but we do have a chance of an afternoon shower or thunderstorm, especially around the Roswell area. Our highs will be in the mid to upper 90s, scattered showers in the afternoon for the weekend. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon, you wish would never end.
The homemade taste of bluebell and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
Some things sound so good you can almost taste it. Like Bluebell Strawberry Lemonade Ice Cream. Delicious strawberry ice cream swirled with lemonade sherbet and sprinkled with lemon-flavored flakes. It's better than you can imagine.
The good old days are being made right now.
The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell Ice Cream at Walmart Supercenters.
When I was young, I worked with an old retired farmer at a bookstore. His job was to ship the packages out. My job was to check the packages in. We worked across from each other with a large window in between us. If I'm being completely honest, my first thought was this. There's at least a 50-year age gap between us. He's an old man from the country, and I'm a city boy full of college knowledge. What on earth are we going to talk about through this window? I've been wrong many times in my life, but this time was one of the ones that I remember the most. It turned out that old farmer had a name, a story, and most of all, a deep abiding faith in God. It took about a week for me to move from working with an old man to working with one of the wisest men I've ever met. Oddly enough, the old farmer, with hardly any education, came to be my greatest teacher and mentor, surpassing every professor in college. He didn't have a PhD, he didn't serve as a minister at a church, and he certainly wasn't a great orator. But what he did have was a wealth of wisdom. Wisdom gained from life experience and a life walked with God. At 20 years old, that was just the textbook that I needed to be reading, or in this case, listening to.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday. Located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
Celebrate this 4th of July with a splash at the ENMUR Pool. Join them for a pool party from 11 to 4 on Monday, July 4th. Come enjoy concessions, live music, and lots of time in the pool. Families up to 5 get in for just $20 or just $5 per person. After active and retired military are free. Entry includes a pulled pork sandwich, chips, and watermelon. Cool off this 4th of July at the ENMUR pool on the ENMUR campus at 20 West Martin in Roswell.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things. You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too, and that's why we did something about it. We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers. We are normal people just like you. But our part-time service in the Army National Guard means we get to be more. When our communities are in need, we get the chance to stand up and do something about it. We get to serve in our own region and help the people we call neighbors. Whether they are in the mountains of New Mexico, the plains of Nebraska and Kansas, the ranches of Oklahoma and Texas, the farmlands of Missouri and Arkansas, or the bayous of Louisiana, we are here for our hometowns. And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the New Mexico Army National Guard. Aired by the New Mexico Broadcasters Association and this station.
If you plug your nose, you can't tell the difference between an apple, potato, and an onion. Unless you open your eyes. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 21 minutes after 7 o'clock. Happy UFO Festival weekend, everybody. I would say, and 4th of July weekend, even though technically I'm going to say that this weekend, like it's still this week here. So, but happy Thursday, happy UFO Festival. We are broadcasting live today and tomorrow out at the UFO Festival, and so we're actually in the museum, I should say. That we're actually in the UFO Festival regardless because our building's downtown, but we're actually doing the show from the museum here, and we got the place to ourselves. They left us the keys.
Yeah, it really did. It's like the keys to the kingdom.
We've been dancing with the aliens, and some of the visitor store treats are pretty tasty.
You know what? I'll tell you this. Have you tried the keychains? They go down smooth.
I didn't know those were for eating. I'll try them next time.
I literally yesterday walked into the gift shop and then walked back out and said, "What? A guy can't get some peanut M&Ms?"
Yeah. By the way, these cookies taste like garbage. By the way, they're flying saucers. They're plastic. I thought they were cookies.
The good news is they're magnets, so you can actually bring them back up.
Just kidding. We haven't touched your stuff. It's going to be perfectly fine when you get here.
Right. Mike hasn't touched your stuff at all. Don't worry.
Mike has not. RPD. Well, but all kidding aside, joining us here actually is Juanita Jennings, Public Affairs Director for the City of Roswell. She's here for a brief minute because she's kind of making sure all the fires don't get put out and all that good stuff.
27 plates you're spinning, like just all at the same time.
So approximately how many? Can I measure in hours of sleep you got last night?
Not much. We left City Hall about 10 p.m.
Okay.
So, and then we're back up today, and we've been there all week preparing, getting ready, but I think we're really in a good space. Our vendors start loading in this morning at 8 o'clock.
Good.
So tents are up, fences are up, signage is starting to go up. So
good deal.
Things are delivered. A few things, we've had some challenges, but I think that's to be expected.
Absolutely, yeah. And good news is, it sounds like that we're geared up and ready for a big UFO festival. Juanita came in earlier and just told us that everything's for tickets for everything, people bought them.
Yes.
All our concerts, the big events that are all kind of planned around this year's UFO festival, they're sold out affairs now. So
bad news if you were wanting to get tickets, but hey, good news for you guys. I mean,
Yes.
it's packed houses.
Great,
Awesome.
Great news for us. Super excited. We thought, okay, let's start with this number. We think it'll, we might get there. Didn't think we would get there before the actual event started, but it's really great for us to have. So we will have over 3,000 people on Saturday night.
Wow. Nice.
For the Midland concert, sponsored by Pecos Valley Production, which is really great. It was kind of funny, I was telling you guys earlier, the tickets, we had a thing to turn it off at a certain time, 3,000 people, that was our quantity. And with everything getting prepared, we forgot to turn it off. And so we were just a little over, but, good for those people that snuck in 28 extra people. And then it was like 100 extra. We're like, oh, my goodness. But it's going to be a great time.
Well, good. Good you were able to accommodate some of those folks.
Yes, yes.
But the lesson here, and I say this every time, if the early bird gets the worm, and this is and this is one of those cases where we're telling you it's going to sell out, it's going to sell, and it did. So
And it did. And most importantly, one thing I want to caution all of our Roswell folks here and even the visitors coming in, parking is going to be hectic on Saturday night.
Yep.
So utilize our website, ufofestival.com. We've created a Google map that's highlighted with public parking areas. And then we also will have a park and ride coming from the Wool Bowl every 30 minutes starting on Saturday at 3 p.m. to the DeBremen Field.
that might be a great option for folks if you're going to spend the afternoon here rather than try to the hassle of navigating in and out of downtown. Just park there at the Wool Bowl and then take the shuttle in on the half hour there, and that'll be a nice easy way to get downtown. Then you can do your shopping, do your celebrating, and do your eating, and then take the shuttle back up to the Wool Bowl and then cruise on to home when you're ready. So.
Yes, and Roswell Transit will be providing free service all weekend long. Our bus stop is right where the the Star Wars mailbox on the corner of 9th Street. That is our pickup and drop-off location for Park and Ride. That is also the pickup and drop-off location for Alien Crawl, Morning Hike, Night Sky Event, all of those things, one location. The main check-in is at the convention center right outside. That's where people will pick up their tickets, get their passes, all of that kind of stuff.
Very cool.
Will be happening there.
Good deal. By the way, since Juanita mentioned the mailbox, there's a history to that Star Wars, that R2-D2 mailbox that sits out in front of the convention center. There's only like 400 of those ever made. And one of them sits in the Smithsonian. And they were made during there's a whole history. I remember reading online from the Smithsonian a whole history of those R2-D2
and
mailboxes.
It's actually commissioned, right?
It's commissioned. It's a whole thing. There was only certain places got one, and
it's the reason we haven't gotten a cease and desist yet from Disney.
Yes.
But yeah, so when you're out and about, check out that mailbox. There's a lot more history to that than people realize.
Cool.
So.
It's pretty
But yeah, it's a landmark, a postal device, and a historical artifact.
Yes.
But let me ask, of course, for folks that if you have not checked this out yet, the City of Roswell has the new See Roswell app for your phones where you can plan. How interactive with UFO Festival is that going to be this weekend?
Pretty interactive.
Okay.
So we will have push notifications. We got those already prepped and ready to go for alien crawl pickup, those people who want to know what's happening, pet costume contest, people contest, things like that. What time, where it's at, just different stuff like that. We also have an alien scavenger hunt. So around the city, in our downtown district, there's little icons hidden. Could be in some downtown
is this kind of like
stores.
You play like the Pokemon?
It is.
Plays like the same way?
It is the same way. And if they find all of them, come back to the visitor center. We'll give them a great prize. But it's really to kind of try to get people throughout the downtown district and into our stores, but it won't be just for UFO Festival. It'll be all the time. So
okay, cool,
nice.
Yeah.
So
really
kids, if you want to teach your parents how to play Pokemon Go, tell them, download the See Roswell app and they can do the alien scavenger hunt, and now they can actually win prizes and stuff. And then once they're into that, then you say, well, now here's the Pokemon Go, and then you all play in the park together.
Yes.
It's just like it. Only now you're looking for a Snorlax.
Yes.
But if you have not heard or tried yet, please download the See Roswell app to your, it's in your Android and Apple and all the places you get your apps for your smartphones, and then it's free to download and a great resource to learn what specials are going on that day, but also just finding out what's in and around your neighborhood here.
Yeah.
So. And then I believe also you can, if you want to utilize the scooters downtown, you can find the stuff on the app there to order those and everything else.
Yes,
too, so.
and if you are a tourist-related business and would like to be included on our app because we have a shop, dine, play, please send that information to us. All of the information is on our website at croswell.com.
Okay.
250-word description about your business, and then, of course, a great high-quality res picture for that app. So we want to make sure that we are pushing people to your location.
Good deal. Since I know they said a lot of the tickets, everything, all that sold out. But as far as downtown goes, there's still lots of free stuff, a lot of things to do. Don't forget, this is a multi-entity partnership. So the city of Roswell's got a ton of stuff going on. Main Street Roswell's got a ton of stuff
Museum
going
and Arts
on.
Center's got the laser light
museum
shows.
here we're at's going to be doing this stuff. The Roswell Museum and Arts Center, the Planetarium, Galacticon going on at the Convention and Civic Center. The UFO Museum's got a lot of their panel. They got a bunch here at the museum, and they have a bunch also at the Convention Center, as well as the Galacticon. And with Galacticon, they've got the film festival going on at the Galaxy 8 Theater. You can get tickets for that. Basically, you can get tickets for that at Galacticon, and then you could spend a good chunk of your day just watching film shorts and things like that throughout. So definitely want to check that out as well and support them too.
And then tonight, the Invaders kick off their 4 home game series. So at 7 o'clock.
All right.
All kinds.
So they'll be out at Joe Bauman or Coca-Cola Field, depending. Where you come from and how you call it here, but definitely.
Absolutely. And then we have the reenactment tour and Battle of the Bands.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
there was my cheat sheet note. There's my cheat sheet note. Yeah, Roswell Communal Theater will be hosting the Battle of the Bands. That's tomorrow night as well. And then the winner of that will open up for Midland on Saturday.
Yes.
So do you know off the top of your head how many bands are involved in Battle?
Last I heard, I think there was 6.
About 6 bands? Okay. Yeah. Well, I know this. They rely on you, the public, to decide who's the winner of the battle of the band. So I know we went to last year's. It was a fun time. Go check it out. It's a lot of fun if you love music, because you really do get a chance to get the low. So if you were mad at last year's, you vote this year. That's not. I'm not saying the band that won last year is great, but if you're like, nah, I knew another band was better, then game on. Get out there and do it. That's the whole point of it. Yes. So, but the opening act or the winning act will open for Midland Saturday night here at the concert. But if you go to UFOfestival.com, that is the official website for everything UFO. I mean, I know Main Street and they all have websites, but really everything's tied to UFOfestival.com. So if you want to learn about Galacticon or learn about what's happening here at the museum or what Main Street's got going on, or any of the other city activities around town, that's the official website.
And it's all inclusive. So there's a link of all of those different entities that are on the website. So if you are looking and you want to do a search, you'll find them on UFOfestival.com, and it'll directly link you to their website where additional information is at. Okay. And then one exciting thing that came in really late is the drone show. Yeah. So Sky Elements gave us an in-kind sponsorship of over $61,000 for the drone show. It will be happening Friday night at about 9:45 p.m. at DeBremen Field. And so it's a 9-minute drone show. I say 9 minutes and you're thinking, oh my gosh, $61,000. I about fell out of my chair when you told me that too. But it's really cool. Over 100 drones, and it's gonna be really fun. It's gonna tell the story of the incident.
Oh, really?
Oh,
yeah.
cool.
That's amazing.
The only thing I've seen that I could compare, like one of the Super Bowl halftime shows, they use the drone show technology. So it's really impressive how they do these light. It looks like something that's not possible. You know what I mean? It looks like
pixels.
Someone CGI'd or cartooned something in the sky, and you're like, no, that's real. These are drones doing that.
It's incredible.
It's pretty cool.
It was really neat as we were building the storyboard. There's so much that goes into the drone process, and so we had this huddle. We meet. What do you want to talk about? What do you want it to look like? What colors? How do you want it to move? What direction? I mean, so many logistical things, but I think you guys will like what we came up with, and it's a free event, so come on out Friday night, 9:45 when it's really dark.
Yeah. Good deal.
Let's pack it out.
We're excited about it.
Get you hang out there and come see it, and then of course, go to UFOfestival.com. That way you can plan your whole weekend. Yes. Make sure you got the events you want to make sure you miss, and and do all that. Don't forget there's stuff all over town.
Everywhere.
Don't forget, if you want a great way to get exclusive UFO Festival swag, Main Street Roswell's got the Passport program that's going to be going on downtown. Find their tent on the courthouse lawn tomorrow, anytime during the UFO Festival. and then get your passport, and then start visiting, and then turn that in, and then you get exclusive UFO Festival collectibles.
You guys always have some of the coolest swag. Too.
Yeah, it's really neat. We're
Some
excited.
one-of-a-kind stuff.
Yeah.
We have some commemorative posters this year
Okay.
and postcards. We do think they will sell out really fast, but tied to the 75th, it's some of our marketing campaign that most of our visitors have probably seen in their markets where they're coming from. We have a commemorative coin.
I was just going to ask if you guys have a coin this year.
We do, and Jesse Marcel III, Alien Allure is one of our sponsors. They started a company, and they are donating some proceeds from that coin sale back to the city of Roswell for the UFO Festival year after year. And so we're really great for that partnership. It's a beautiful coin, really great to commemorate the 75th anniversary of the incident.
I still have mine from last year, and it's one of my. I have a small coin collection I've started. It's one of my. My
Is there
prized
any
possessions.
visitor center exclusives or anything if you pop into the visitor center over the weekend here?
Yes, there are. There's some really fun alien heads. There's some light up pens that people will get, all free promotional items. Take it back to your hometown, give it to somebody away from here. There's some really neat new penny press that we just got that has the commemorative logo of UFO Festival as well as the city. Also the iconic building of the Conoco Station. We really wanted to give that historical viewpoint of our building that we're in. So
Now, when you say the logo, are we talking about the logo, the award-winning logo from last year with the A?
Yes.
Okay, awesome.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Nice.
So both of those, and of course our trademark logo, which is really exciting too. So, yeah, lots of stuff.
So stuff for collectors, stuff for the casual fan, and lots of entertainment and
Yes,
fun. So.
and lots of free stuff too for kids. I think we've tailored it to all walks of life. There's
Good.
stuff for the youngs. There's stuff for more seasoned, mature people, vintage, however you want to call them. There are things for those really intellectual individuals, and then there's some fun, quirky, just crazy stuff. So lots of free activities on the courthouse lawn, the kids zone, music, food. In the convention center, we have the kids zone. We will have the Best Corn Ranch, which is tied to agriculture. That was one of the things that we wanted to add and just share a little bit about our history of agriculture.
That isn't aliens. Yes.
That isn't aliens. They're going to rope some cows. They're going to make some cowboy hats and, just some really fun stuff. And then inside it will be Astronaut Academy by Spaceport Roswell.
Oh, cool.
Again, free. I was telling you earlier, there'll be like a gravity wheel that people can get in and a jump, kind of jump like space.
Nice.
And then, of course, outside will be power plays, foam party for the kids because it's super hot. And then, of course, Galaxy Cantina, people can have a nice cold alcoholic beverage if they so choose.
Absolutely.
And then, of course, lots of speakers. So much stuff happening.
There's just so much going on this weekend.
So much.
Yeah, it really is a combined community effort this week.
So many people put their minds at work to make this happen.
So and as I say every time we talk UFO Festival here, the biggest role that we the Roswell community can do is be the good ambassadors. Be that when we're going to have a lot of out of town folks here this next couple days. And when people ask, hey, where's a good place to eat around here? Where's a good place to get X? Tell them where your favorite places are. Be the good ambassador. Be that person that touts off our community. And certainly, when they're thinking, hey, what's there to do when I'm done looking at aliens? Tell them about all their other great places. Point them out to the zoo and to the museums and to Bitter Lake and Bottomless Lakes and all these other great amenities we have. The Historical Society, Anderson Museum, all the different amenities we have in this community.
More than just little green men.
Point them out. So,
yes,
yeah.
and you do. Everybody listening out there, you have really great team of people at the City of Roswell that is really trying hard to make this the best UFO festival, and we couldn't have done it without the community partners really coming together, giving us ideas, giving input, and really kind of helping us execute it. We have over 40 volunteers from different organizations, and we could not execute this weekend without them. So
Absolutely.
really appreciate all of their support.
Absolutely. So let me ask, speaking of volunteers, I mean, if someone walked up today and said, I'd love to help.
Oh yeah, come on.
Okay.
We have something for you to do.
Right now's the time.
There's something, I'm sure.
So probably we'll be just go to like the visitor center maybe.
Visitor center.
Okay.
There's a team captain there. Her name's Amanda Dickerson. She
Okay.
will assign you for Pioneer Plaza. It's Sarah Bradley. Convention Center is Renee Puckett, and then I'm the team captain for DeBremen. Johnny Lujan. He's our team captain for Galaxy Cantina. Cantina and Alien Crawl, and so everybody's kind of doing a little bit. Kevin Wilson, he also helping.
How do you draw that straw where he's in charge of the bar?
Right?
Gibbs.
Yes.
Oh, what a rough job. I got to sit at the bar all day.
He's got to corral all those people, so I don't know if that's.
Oh, that's true. That could be a blessing and a curse.
Yes.
That looks up. I better take that. Yeah.
Yes.
But very good. So please, if you, I guess, come to the nearest one that kind of and see if they've got some room for you to volunteer somewhere. But yeah, we'd love to have. It's an all hands on deck weekend for everybody here. But for the rest of us, come in and don't forget, come and enjoy it. Don't forget, if you do it like maybe today, I think you can still get in the UFO parade and all of that for Saturday morning and all that too. So, or the pet costume contest, which is Saturday morning.
Saturday morning, right?
Human
before.
alien one is Friday night, I believe, and that'll. Definitely you can still sign up for those, and I know those are big.
They are still
local
taking
events.
applications, but it's so simple. If you have a car, if you have a truck, put some googly eyes on it. Decorate it in foil and contact Main Street Roswell. Edie at mainstreetroswell.org, I believe, is the email address, but you can also look up on our website, ufofestival.com, contact them and enter your vehicle, truck bed, something into the parade that will start on Saturday morning from 9:30, starting at 12th. Well, technically, College will be blocked off on Main Street all the way down to 3rd on Saturday morning. So,
and then I'll head south towards
and they
downtown.
will head south towards downtown and then end at 3rd Street. So other couple of road closures for people to know about is Richardson is now blocked off starting at 11th Street all the way to 10th. So just that one little area. And then 4th and 5th east and westbound are also closed streets.
Very
so
good.
keep
And those
that in
will
mind.
be through the UFO
They
Festival.
will be through the UFO Festival.
Yeah, Main Street will be open with the exception of Saturday morning during the parade.
Correct.
During that between College and 3rd Street there.
Yes.
So, but other than that, it'll be open for through traffic. However, there's going to be a lot more people walk around that area, a lot more. So be cautious.
Yes.
Don't
Drive
forget
slow.
the people in the crosswalks have the right of way, that kind of
Yes.
stuff. So
the Google map on the website, ufofestival.com, there's a link and it says parking, transportation. Click on that. That map is highlighted. All of the road closures are in red.
Okay.
So you'll be able to see that. It's very time, like we were in a meeting and we said, we need to change it to this color. We did it instantly. So anything like that, we will update it really quickly. So
very good.
Yep.
Excellent.
And then the last thing that I definitely want to invite everybody out to, Friday at 1 o'clock, we're going to have our commemorative ceremony for the 75th anniversary to commemorate the Star Walk of Fame in Pioneer Plaza for our pioneers of space, UFO research. We are honoring Stanton Friedman. His daughters will be here, Melissa and Rachel. And then we will also honor Major Jesse Marcel Sr. and his great-grandson, Jesse Marcel III. Will be here. So come on out, 1 p.m. Mayor Jennings will do the ceremony, and so it'll be a really great time.
And if you just said, who are those two people, then you need to get to the museum here and start reading some of the things on the wall, because you'll come across those two names quite often here. So
Absolutely. And then real quick, I know we're almost running out of time, but also want to talk about 4th of July and the activities that the city is partnering and doing for 4th of July. There will not be a fireworks show this year. However, we are encouraging people to have a safe backyard barbecues, block parties. You can still get your block party permit if you want your street closed. Also, the Roswell Recreation and Aquatic Center pool will be open all day, so it'll be a summer fun. Get your hot dogs, popcorn, and then the Spring River Zoo. Bring in your food, have picnics, take a look, bring your family, and just really have.
So those city recreation areas will be open July 4th for families to come and celebrate and do their picnics or do their swimming or do whatever, depending. You picnic at the zoo, swim at the aquatic center.
Yes, absolutely.
Just to clarify, although you could technically picnic at the rec center. There's plenty of spots to
Anywhere bologna sandwiches can be had, there can be a
But
picnic.
the reverse cannot be said. You cannot swim at the zoo.
No,
It's true.
There is places to swim. Would not recommend you do that.
Sir, I beg to differ. You can. You will just be kicked out.
There's water, not the swimming.
I don't think you want to swim with those bears either.
No. Yeah. By the way,
That water does not look looks super
Depending
clean.
on the time of day, you might be the appetizer swimming around out there.
That's true. So,
It's like, ooh, we get a dinner and a show today. How nice.
Yes.
But
yes.
Changing
So
the diet up for the summertime.
go on out 4th of July, spend time with your family, and enjoy those services that are offered to you.
absolutely, yeah. Have a happy, safe 4th, and of course, when folks just remember, be smart with the fireworks and
Yes.
everything, and I believe, but.
If you're doing fireworks,
Yeah,
recommended keep a bucket of water nearby.
Yeah.
If you have children, make sure that they have shoes on. Again,
Yes.
just really be safe. Please check out our Facebook page for safety precautions.
Yeah.
They can be very dangerous, as we very
And
well know.
I know we've had a little bit of rain here the last couple of days, but it's not nearly enough.
Not
Things
enough.
are still dry out there, so be smart when
Yes.
you're out there, and for the love of God, be nice to your neighbors. Don't leave all that garbage laying in the street when you're done. Clean
your
up after
stuff.
yourselves.
Yes.
You know, be neighborly. You have to live with these people 365 days a year. Be nice.
Yes.
Please.
Yes.
Well, as always, Juanita, appreciate the visit. Try to get some rest today. I know it's going to be.
Please.
I know it's going to be a
What's
blur
that?
the next 4 days here, but
Yeah.
hopefully hopefully you get, and then you go comatose Monday for a day or
For
two.
one
Yes.
day, and then the next day, you guys start planning for the 2023 festival.
Yes.
Pretty much. So.
Yes.
Good deal. And then, of course, we'll be around here all morning today, tomorrow. So if you need anything else, just pop on by. So.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks. We appreciate it. And
Absolutely.
And like I said, don't work too hard, please. All right. We got to play some news and what have you. So quick commercial break, some news. We'll be back on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
To 4 p.m., and the Roswell Visitor Center will open regular hours on Monday. City bus service and trash pickup in Roswell will be altered because of the holiday. Still no cause of death known for two men who were found dead in an Eddy County oil field site. Deputies responded Sunday morning to the oil field near Lovington Highway and Turkey Tract Road. The identity of the men has also not yet been released, but anyone with information is being urged to call 575-887-7551. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo reporting.
If TikTok is on your smartphone, here's why you should remove it immediately. I'm Kim Commando, brought to you by T-Mobile. Their advanced network now goes farther than ever before. Visit T-Mobile.com/55 today. FCC Commissioner Brendan Carr has asked the CEOs of both Google and Apple to remove TikTok from their app stores. He says that TikTok, the most popular app for teens and 20-somethings, is not simply sharing funny videos. At its core, TikTok is a sophisticated surveillance tool harvesting all your personal data. TikTok is owned by a Beijing company, ByteDance, which Commissioner Carr says is required by Chinese law to comply with the Communist China's surveillance demands, including getting your entire search and browsing history, facial ID, voice prints, your text, location, photos, and more. And the software has circumvented all attempts to block its collection methods. No other popular software is spying to this extent. I post breaking tech news 24/7 at my website. That's commando.com, with a K, of course. Summer is starting and prices are rising on just about everything. But when it comes to the cost of your prescriptions, checking GoodRx can help. With GoodRx, you can save a few bucks and maybe put it toward a road trip or a staycation, something fun to celebrate the season. GoodRx helps you compare prescription prices at local pharmacies and can save you up to 80%. Comparing prices is important because what a lot of people don't realize is that prescription prices can vary from one pharmacy to the next, sometimes by as much as $100. But with GoodRx, you'll have the information you need to help you find the lowest price. GoodRx has saved consumers $40 billion to date and can help you save money too. For simple, smart savings on your prescriptions, check GoodRx. go to goodrx.com/Kim. That's goodrx.com/Kim.
GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, Medicare, and Medicaid. In 2021, GoodRx users saved 81% on retail prescription prices.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We're expecting mid-90s for the afternoon high today, and we have high pressure over the area, so we'll be getting a lot of sunshine. For the overnight hours, clear and our low near 70, and then mostly sunny on Friday morning, but we do have a chance of an afternoon shower or thunderstorm, especially around the Roswell area. Our highs will be in the mid to upper 90s, scattered showers in the afternoon for the weekend. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
With the SRN News Business Brief, I'm Ron DeRockstrup. A new poll shows an overwhelming and growing majority of Americans say the U.S. is heading in the wrong direction, including 8 in 10 Democrats. Oil prices are high and drivers are paying more at the pump, but OPEC and allied producing nations may not be much help at their meeting on Thursday. The OPEC alliance, the OPEC Plus alliance, that is, which includes Russia, is having trouble meeting its production quotas. AAA this morning posting the national average at $4.85 a gallon. The new head of the government's road safety agency says he will intensify efforts to understand the risks posed by automated vehicle technology. Stephen Cliff says the aim is to help the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration decide what regulations may be necessary to protect drivers, passengers, and pedestrians. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 361 points early. With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Ron DeRockstrup.
Have you ever had someone do something kind and out of the ordinary for you? How did that make you feel? I know for me, it brightens my day. Hi, this is Pastor Troy and Julie Smotherman for the Joy of Marriage.
Galatians 6:9 says, let us not get tired of doing what's right, for after a while we will reap a harvest of blessing if we don't get discouraged and give up. I've learned when you don't know what to do, just do the next right thing. Keep sowing good things into your spouse and your family. Be patient. God promises He will give you a harvest. It will make a difference. A successful farmer just keeps on working and expects to have a great harvest.
I know when my husband brings me flowers, it blesses me. So do something unexpected for your spouse. It will pay off.
If you have any questions or would like further information about the Joy of Marriage Ministry, please go to jomconference.com.
What if? What if the government lied? What if aliens survived the crash? What if they escaped? What if they're still here? Hiding, waiting, preparing. What then? Find out the truth behind the 1947 Roswell incident in novel form. TheVetrixSeries.com.
75 years ago, something happened in Roswell. The International UFO Museum and Research Center is marking the 75th anniversary of the Roswell incident by giving away $75 cash each hour during the UFO Museum's Ufologists Invasion. Join July 1st through the 3rd at the International UFO Museum and Research Center for amazing events and guest speakers. And every hour, they'll give away $75 cash to one lucky guest. Check out RoswellUFOmuseum.com for a complete lineup of events, speakers, and hours of operation. And join them in person for your chance to win $75 cash. And don't forget to be there Friday, July 1st at 8 p.m. as the UFO Museum and Research Center at 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM present nationally syndicated radio host Clyde Lewis as he broadcasts his show live from the UFO Museum at 114 North Main in Roswell. The International UFO Museum and Research Center. It's otherworldly.
When you think of home health care here in Roswell, what's the first thing that pops into your head? That's right, Frontier Medical. We've been doing it better than anyone else for over 20 years. From in-home nursing to physical therapy and so much more. Doctors and hospitals from Albuquerque to Lubbock and everywhere in between have been trusting their patients to us here at Frontier Medical. So when it's time to make a choice, remember Frontier Medical. 575-627-1112. Frontier Medical. To remember.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things. You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too, and that's why we did something about it. We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers. We are normal people just like you. But our part-time service in the Army National Guard means we get to be more. When our communities are in need, we get the chance to stand up and do something about it. We get to serve in our own region and help the people we call neighbors. Whether they are in the mountains of New Mexico, the plains of Nebraska and Kansas, the ranches of Oklahoma and Texas, the farmlands of Missouri and Arkansas, or the bayous of Louisiana, we are here for our hometowns. And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the New Mexico Army National Guard. Aired by the New Mexico Broadcasters Association and this station.
You can't hunt camels in Arizona, but you can buy them. They go for about $10 a pack. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 55 minutes after 7 o'clock. Happy Thursday, everybody. We are broadcasting live.
We're live, pal.
From the UFO Museum and Research Center. That's not official, right?
Centaur.
Centaur.
Yes. It's actually half man, half horse.
You know what? I'm going to predict some point this weekend I'm going to see a centaur.
Yeah, probably.
Somewhere.
If you get out enough, you're going to see a centaur. You're probably going to see one with 3 breasts.
One could hope.
I'm just going to assume.
I think we are. I think we're going to. But in all seriousness, yeah, we are here at the UFO Museum. We're going to be broadcasting the show live today, tomorrow, out here. We're actually here before the opening of the doors, so we're here behind the scenes. Hopefully, for those watching on the video stream, are enjoying some of our static, or not static, because it's moving.
The Roy Cam.
The Roy Cam. We'll call it Roy Cam. Roy Cam. That's kind of.
He's really good at his steady shots.
Sometimes it's hard R Cam.
Right.
But at the moment, it's Roy Cam.
It's Roy Cam.
Well, this is like a Beavis and Butthead moment where he's showing us, showing him, showing us.
Right.
It's like the scene on Beavis and Butthead where he goes, "I want a tattoo on my butt of a butt with a butt-shaped tattoo on it."
Roy, go find a mirror. Go find a mirror and get a shot of yourself shooting yourself. How meta is that? Hey, real quickly, I wanted to take a quick second to mention that the Roswell Museum and Art Center is playing home to the ufologist invasion, and also every hour during the UFO festival, they're going to be giving away $75 cash here at the museum. $75 cold hard cash to one lucky person. So that's going to be happening all weekend long. So I'm going to make sure to come on out and be a part of that for your chance to win $75 cash, courtesy of the Roswell Museum and Art Center, the UFO Museum and Research Center. And also, I want to say a big thank you to a few of the sponsors of this event, including the International UFO Museum and Research Center, Candlewood Inn and Suites, Roswell Ford, Dion's Pizza, Pepper's Grill and Bar, as well as Rib Crib, Portofino's, La Gran Victoria, Antigua, Cocina Mexicana, and, of course, Roswell's Talk FM 106.5, and our daddy company, Pecos Valley Broadcasting. Big thanks to all the folks who made this event a massive success.
Absolutely. Yeah. There's a lot of moving parts
right now
for everything. Literally.
Parts are moving as we speak.
But like we were talking earlier, Juanita in the city, the Main Street, the Galactic. I mean, there's so many moving parts, but it's no different with our side too. So we appreciate all those that sponsor us and
a lot of invisible hands making
events.
this thing happen.
And like for instance, like when we bring in Clyde Lewis this weekend and having him here, and we've got these restaurants that are kind of say, yeah, come on, bring Clyde by and we'll feed him, and we'll feed him and his crew, and we really appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Those kind of gestures really make it easier for us, so we do appreciate each and every one. So good news for you Roswell locals. We got a bunch of great restaurants in town that support us, and you get to eat them all the time. So go ahead and support them.
This is your chance this weekend to really tourist it up. I mean, throw a little of that, like, obviously, like the blue sunscreen on the nose. Get yourself a fanny pack, one of them, like, floppy hats.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the
Oh, yeah, foil hat is an official headgear of UFO Festival.
And then just yuck it up. Figure out a place that you're from. Like, I'm from Provo, Utah. Where are you from? And then just, like, talk to tourists. Ingratiate yourself with the people. Become one of them. This is your chance this weekend. Really cosplay. Cosplay as a tourist.
All right, we got 30 seconds. Fanny pack of choice for this get up.
fanny pack of choice.
Well, you want something bright? You want
no.
something
You
like
gotta go with the old-fashioned click. I'm thinking black.
Okay.
And it has to be worn to the side, off to the side. Yes, and again, very 90s-esque.
Okay.
I'm thinking inside the belt loops.
Okay.
Right.
I think I got like a Minute Maid one that I got as a freebie buried somewhere.
I like it.
Minute Maid one would be cool.
I like it a lot.
All right, you're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico. Town Hall News up next. We'll be back on the other side of news. Don't go away.
Fanny pack.
And plunging poll numbers, President Biden insisting it's not inflation or an open border or surging crime in the big cities that have Americans upset, uncertain, and pessimistic.
The one thing that has been destabilizing is the outrageous behavior of the Supreme Court of the United States on overruling not only Roe v. Wade, but essentially challenging the right to privacy.
And it's not only the Supreme Court he is blaming, Vladimir Putin, another of the president's targets.
The reason why gas prices are up is because of Russia. Russia. The reason why the food crisis exists is because of Russia.
But observers note that gas prices in particular were already on the rise long before Vladimir Putin invaded Ukraine. The president speaking at the close of the NATO summit in Madrid. He calls the meeting historic, saying there will be another $800 million in aid for Ukraine, adding that Russia's invasion has brought members of the NATO alliance closer together. No relief from sky-high prices, not yet. A measure of inflation that's closely tracked by the Federal Reserve rose 6.3% last month from 1 year earlier and was unchanged from its level in April. Also, consumer spending increased a sluggish 0.2% from April to May, a sign that inflation's starting to take a deeper bite out of the budget of consumers. OPEC and its allies, including Russia, deciding to boost oil output by an amount not expected to relieve high gas prices and the energy-fueled inflation that's busting budgets worldwide. A sell-off underway on Wall Street this last day of the second quarter. The Dow down 570 points. That's a loss of close to 2%. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Charlie Dombeck here from Key City Capital. As a practicing CPA for nearly 30 years, I have found that 80% of your ability to grow your wealth is dependent upon two factors: taxes and investment performance. At Key City Capital, we improve investment performance by diversifying capital into off-market investment opportunities in passive rental real estate and alternatives like asset-backed lending. We recover dollars that clients unnecessarily pay in the form of income taxes, creating a lifetime annuity of savings. We are a sponsor of passive, affordable single and multifamily residential rental investments, which are located in Sunbelt landlord-friendly states. These investments are the top choices in a rising interest rate and inflationary environment. They represent a store of value, protecting your capital from market volatility. Learn how we at Key City Capital can help you ultimately grow your wealth rapidly. Connect with me at keycitycapital.com or give me a call at 817-912-1569.
NATO is being rebuked by Moscow and Beijing after declaring Russia a direct threat and saying that China posed serious challenges to global stability. Wrapping up its summit in Madrid, the Western Military Alliance issuing a stark warning that the world has been plunged into a dangerous phase of big power competition and many threats, from cyber attacks to climate change. NATO leaders have also formally invited Finland and Sweden to join the alliance after overcoming opposition from Turkey. If the Nordic nations' membership is approved by the 30 member nations, it will give NATO a new 800-mile border with Russia. The European Union agreeing on new rules subjecting cryptocurrency transfers to the same money laundering rules as traditional banking transfers. EU negotiators signed a provisional deal late Wednesday for the 27-nation bloc's first rules on tracing transfers of crypto assets like Bitcoin. News and analysis at townhall.com. A new student dress code for the fall term, raising the ire of some parents in North Texas. Correspondent Ron DeRockstra in Dallas.
Students in Forney, 20 miles east of Dallas, will be prohibited from wearing hoodies, denim, dresses, or skirts, along with anything with logos, stripes, or checks. as well as T-shirts and baseball caps when school starts in 2 months. Also banned cargo pants, sunglasses, zippered shirts. District officials say the new rules will improve self-esteem, bridge socioeconomic differences, and promote positive behavior. But parents are outraged, saying the new code limits creativity and is overly restrictive. Rhonda Rockster reporting.
Following the release of rulings today by the Supreme Court, Justice Stephen Breyer planning to call it a career. After almost 28 years on the court, he's retiring. He'll do so at high noon, and then Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson will be sworn in to succeed him. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, that one man on this force will rest for 1 minute and they'll leave behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel waits and what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican world radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2.
The Deuce.
Mornings with Mike Winters right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Thursday. We are broadcasting live from the International UFO Museum and Research Center here in beautiful downtown Roswell, New Mexico.
Poppin', as the kids say. It's poppin' downtown.
Poppin' indeed.
All right, tints going up.
Crack-a-lackin'? Is that still a thing?
You can feel the hum of activity about to take off. All the roads are blocked off. It's like the calm before the storm.
What about off the chain?
Yes.
Is that off the chain?
I think the kids are still saying that these days, yeah. Yeah. Things are bussin'.
You know what I'm glad for? And to be honest, I think, and it still happens in some circles, the term sick.
Oh, yeah.
That like.
Sick is like cool. It's kind of stood the test of time.
Yeah, they keep going, that's sick.
Yeah.
Like, I will never forget when I was in the Air Force. I was in Boise, Idaho for 2 weeks on a TDY. And so we'd work the flight line all day, and then we get. But anyway, one night we had off, and they had it wasn't quite X Games yet. It was back during that time, but it was basically all the BMX guys would go and do these crazy jumps and flips, like in a arena of about 30,000 people.
Right.
You know what I mean? Kind of like they go. But we were in Boise, and they did like this X Games style show. And I went with two friends that were into that kind of thing, the motocross and all that. And my dumb self sat right in the middle of them. And every time one of these yahoos did a flip or anything up in the air, a chorus of, "Oh, that's sick," right in either ear. "That was sick, yeah. Oh, you see how sick that was? That was so sick." Ah! And I'm like, I'm going to make you you're making me sick. I'm going to make y'all sick if you don't stop yelling sick in my ear. The jump was cool. Calm down.
So you were kind of there for the genesis of sick.
Yes.
And it's sort of like it's had a longer shelf life than most of those terms.
Yeah.
I feel like some of those are invented specifically just to like make the older generations look bad. Like the term "on fleek." I feel like they only use that term just to make us look bad. So that when we say it, they'll roll their eyes at us and be like, "Okay, old man."
That's
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I'm
barely even a millennial, dang it. I'm on the cusp.
The cusp.
Yeah, they call us Zennials. That's right.
I'm a full-on Gen Xer.
Just full blown?
Full-blown.
Full-blown Gen X. Speaking of full-blown Gen X.
I'm proud of it, too, because I'm the only sane group in the bunch.
Speaking of full-blown Gen X.
We're mad at boomers. We're mad at millennials. We're mad at everybody.
It's true. That is true. I'm surprised you haven't mentioned it yet, but the new Beavis and Butthead is streaming now.
I haven't watched it yet. Maybe this weekend I will get an opportunity. I wanted to last weekend, but I'm not gonna lie. I'm behind. I'm getting caught up.
I'm behind on everything.
I was behind on so many shows, and I was like, before I get into Beavis and Butthead movie, the new one, I'm gonna get through some of my other stuff first here. But this weekend, I think. At some point, I'm going to find an hour and a half to watch the movie.
I'll commit to trying to get the kids to watch it, too. Me and the kids, a good family watch. We'll sit around and watch Beavis and Butthead do the universe.
Are your kids, is Beavis and Butthead on your kids' radar?
Not even a little bit.
Okay.
My kids are 8 and 3.
I know. That's why I was like, do they even know who these two are?
Not even a little.
Wow.
It's just, it'll be a break from Bluey. And you know what? Any break from Bluey, I'm all for it.
One time that was on. In the TV, in the office, the Bluey, and I tried to change it. And Sean said, "No, I haven't seen this. Let me finish it."
Yeah.
So he acts like he doesn't like it, but
no, it's not that I don't like it. It's just I've seen them all 1,000 times.
Except that one, apparently, he was like, "Hold on, I don't know how this one ends."
Yeah, the new ones are out now. I want to see the new ones. I'm making sure that they're appropriate for my children. Okay.
Right.
I'm being a cautious parent.
Right.
Yeah. I don't want just like some horrible content to pop up on their screens and me not know about it.
So then why do you have a Trapper Keeper with Blue Clues stickers all over it?
It's not Blue's Clues, it's Bluey. And never mind the fact that I have a Bluey sticker on my car and hold on, and that it's both my screensaver on my phone and my wallpaper.
See?
Dad goals. So.
Yeah. All that too.
It's my kids.
Moderate his kids' content.
Yep,
yeah.
Because I'm a concerned parent. That's right. Concerned parents. That's what it's all about.
One man who you do not have to moderate his content. Segue. John LeMay is with us.
Well played.
Segue. But John LeMay is going to be joining us here in just a little bit. Talk about his new book. He's going to be out at Galacticon this weekend, right? You're going to have a table out at Galacticon with your book all weekend long. So we'll talk about that and get an update from John here in just a few. Hard R is on the walkabout, so he knows we're getting ready to take a break.
He's going on walkies.
So before we do any of that, though, let's go ahead and take a look at your weather.
With your Pecos Valley weather, we're expecting mid-90s for the afternoon high today, and we have high pressure over the area, so we'll be getting a lot of sunshine. For the overnight hours, clear and our low near 70, and then mostly sunny on Friday morning, but we do have a chance of an afternoon shower or thunderstorm, especially around the Roswell area. Our highs will be in the mid to upper 90s, scattered showers in the afternoon for the weekend. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 72 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 68%. Winds currently out of the south at 7 miles per hour. For today, they're not really talking much of the rain, but sunny and hot. 97 for a high today. Winds will be out of the south 5 to 15. Clear skies tonight with an overnight low of 71. Winds will be out of the south 5 to 15 miles per hour. Tomorrow, during the day, just talk of sun and heat. Sunny, hot, high of 97. Southwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday night, we are looking at a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Partly cloudy, overnight low of 71. Winds out of the south at 5 to 10. Saturday, a 20% chance at some afternoon showers and thunderstorms. Mostly sunny with a high of 98. West winds at around 5 to 10. Saturday night, partly cloudy with an overnight low of 72. No talk of rain there. And then Sunday, we're looking at a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms. They throw in the caveat that some of those storms could produce some heavy rainfall. 30% chance of rain Sunday night as well. Mostly cloudy, overnight low of around 71. And then for 4th of July, we're looking at a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Some of those storms could produce some heavy rainfall with a high of 93. and 30% Monday night. And then we got rain chances all of next week with highs, looks like in the mid-90s. All right, it is 8:14. We're going to take a 3-minute commercial break, and then we'll talk with John LeMay and talk about his book and talk about Galacticon and all that good stuff. So don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters live at the UFO Museum. We'll be back. Don't go away.
Well, becomes Ground Zero. I'm Clyde Lewis, and you're listening to Ground Zero. The International UFO Museum and Research Center, in conjunction with Roswell's Talk FM, are bringing nationally syndicated radio show host Clyde Lewis to Roswell for the 2022 UFO Festival. Clyde will be broadcasting his show Ground Zero live from the International UFO Museum on Friday, July 1st from 8 to 11 p.m. Join Clyde as we celebrate the 75th anniversary of the Roswell incident. The truth is out there.
When I was young, I worked with an old retired farmer at a bookstore. His job was to ship the packages out. My job was to check the packages in. We worked across from each other with a large window in between us. If I'm being completely honest, my first thought was this: there's at least a 50-year age gap between us. He's an old man from the country, and I'm a city boy full of college knowledge. What on earth are we going to talk about through this window? I've been wrong many times in my life, but this time was one of the ones that I remember the most. It turned out that old farmer had a name, a story, and most of all, a deep abiding faith in God. It took about a week for me to move from working with an old man to working with one of the wisest men I've ever met. Oddly enough, the old farmer, with hardly any education, came to be my greatest teacher and mentor, surpassing every professor in college. He didn't have a PhD, he didn't serve as a minister at a church, and he certainly wasn't a great orator. But what he did have was a wealth of wisdom. Wisdom gained from life experience and a life walked with God. At 20 years old, that was just the textbook that I needed to be reading, or in this case, listening to.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
Roswell Skin Center is here to provide comprehensive skin care to southeastern New Mexico in a friendly and warm environment. Dr. Cometti and his team continue to offer a full scope of medical and cosmetic dermatology services, from treating skin cancer to helping you look your best. Roswell Skin Center is proud to introduce Anna Ingalls, licensed esthetician who specializes in cosmetic treatments, including laser rejuvenation, hair removal, facials, chemical peels, and more. Anna is accepting new patients, and when you schedule your first treatment, you can receive $50 off and begin earning valuable discounts to be enjoyed throughout the year. Schedule with Anna by calling 575-208-2509. And for more info on our services and rewards, go to roswellskin.com.
Pressure Services LLC in Artesia has immediate openings for experienced vacuum truck, kill truck, and hydrovac operators. Operators must hold a Class A CDL or Class D CDL, at least 2 years of experience, and be at least 25 years of age. All positions require a clean driving record and must be able to pass a DOT drug and alcohol screen. Pressure Services offers great pay with IRA benefits and employer contributions toward health benefits. Please apply in person at 402 West Main in Artesia, inside the AIDS Safety Facility. Equal Opportunity Employer.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard has led to a lot of firsts for me. The education assistance I received made it possible for me to be the first person in my family to go to school and graduate debt-free. That education helped get me to the first day at my dream job, a job that I can still hold while I serve part-time. That job, plus the other benefits possible from the Army National Guard, helped me become a first-time homeowner. Also, part of my role as a National Guard soldier means I know that I can be one of the first to respond and help my community if disaster ever strikes. I'm extremely proud that I get to serve my community, and that first step I took by joining the Army National Guard has made all the difference in my life. Talk to your local recruiter or visit NationalGuard.com to find out what firsts are available to you in the Army National Guard.
Sponsored by the New Mexico Army National Guard, aired by the New Mexico Broadcasters Association and this station.
The inventor of Pringles is buried in a Pringles can. I wonder if they got their hands stuck putting him in there. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 18 minutes after 8 o'clock, and joining us in our UFO Museum studio here on the corner of Second, or I guess it's technically Second and Main. Yeah, I guess
114 South Main.
There you go. But the garden there is right Second and Main, so at downtown. But joining us here is author John LeMay back with us. Hey, John, how you doing?
I'm doing good. It's kind of fun to be
out here in the wild with y'all. It's different.
Out in our natural, unnatural
Building the
habitat.
set of, as you watch.
The only thing I don't like is I have to hold my own microphone, and I feel like Ricky Bobby.
Oh, you don't know what to do with your hands?
I don't know what to do with my hands, and I don't know if I'm too close.
It's just like the real world, we eat it. So we gotta. Yeah, yours doesn't have the mic flag,
I'm
so you
just
gotta
kidding, yeah.
you gotta do the I'm Dick Vermeil and welcome to. Yeah, you don't have to do that, but yeah. So first off, this is a UFO Festival is always a big weekend for you as an author because this is your chance to come out and for folks that don't know, of course, John's probably mostly known for your historical books.
Yeah.
But that's not well. Actually, those lines are starting to blur a little bit in some of your books. But you know, mostly people probably originally know John for a lot of his Billy the Kid or those books. But one of his passions is Godzilla and all that. So you kind of use UFO Festival to promote all your books, but even put a little spotlight on the ones that aren't necessarily the historical ones.
Yeah, so I've gotten fairly well known for film histories now, and like you said, Godzilla. I think the best-selling book I've ever done is on the Jaws movies.
Yeah.
But what's cool is there's a guy that I know from Facebook who, and I can't remember where he lives, but like he's coming here just for the UFO Festival, but he likes my film books, so he messaged me. He was like, "Hey, are you gonna have this book at Galacticon?" And I was like, I wasn't going to take it with me, but since you actually asked, I'll bring it.
Since there's a demand, and yeah, absolutely. So John always always likes to go and be a part of Galacticon, which this year will be in the Roswell Convention and Civic Center all weekend, coinciding with UFO Festival here, and so you'll and the whole convention center is all UFO Festival related, whether it is the Galacticon side. The UFO Museum here will have panel speakers and things over at the Convention and Civic Center as well. So definitely when you go there, and especially when it's like pushing that 96 time, and you're like, it's hot.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a good time to go visit the convention center
and
and they had beautiful air conditioning.
I just want to say the UFO Museum looks great because I haven't been in here since they kind of redid the layout and they have some new stuff in here.
Yeah, it's absolutely they put some money into it. It's
yeah,
amazing.
It looks beautiful.
I have to point out those two the new aliens in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
My friend Jared, he built those.
Okay.
But I can't be too complimentary of him because this is what happened to me the other day. So I was telling Jared, he's a big comic book fan. This isn't a lie. I got a really nice, I wouldn't call it a fan letter, but I got a really nice letter from one of the co-creators of Swamp Thing, Stephen Bissett.
Wow. Oh, wow.
He was telling me how much he likes my books and all this, and I told Jared, and he's like, that's no big deal.
Okay, so he downplayed you. No, understood.
So the aliens.
They're nothing fancy.
Even though you knew it was a big deal, he's trying to I think it's a jealous thing.
Yeah, so those aliens in the corner are no big deal.
Yeah, they're all right.
But
yeah, he's slightly jealous. That's what it is. But he did an okay job on that alien.
Yeah, no, they look good. They look real good.
Now, I had heard rumblings of amongst other reboots and reworkings that they're working on a Swamp Thing reboot. That they were working on doing something with the franchise.
I can ask him. I can ask my friend.
Let me know,
Steven.
'cause I'm intrigued.
Yeah, I'll ask him.
The original. So I would love to find out.
Good deal. But now, how many of your books are you going to have available? I'm sure all of your non-historical ones will probably be there. But can we get some? I know, like your newest book will be here, right?
Yeah. So the problem with me is I have so many books now that when people walk by my table, if I put them all out, they think I'm a bookseller.
Right.
Gotcha.
Because somebody told me that. They're like, you need to put up a sign that says you are the author.
I wrote these books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what's funny? I bring the film history books to Galacticon because I think it's more that sort of thing, but it's still the history and the UFOs that really sell.
Well, and then and let's face it, your film, the film that you hit, chronicle, the films are generally in the sci-fi or that, Jaws. Yeah, that's not really sci-fi, but it kind of is.
But they fall in that cult classic
style.
Yeah,
it's a shark of unusual characteristics and things. It's kind of sci-fi, but yeah, it's definitely. So I think the people that are at Galacticon, they've drawn interest to your those topics and things like that. But to tell folks about the latest book, I know Sean You guys had a great conversation about a week ago. But tell folks about the latest book here. I think this is a really cool. I'm not going to now. I don't know if you're allowed to give credit, but the artwork on this book,
thank you,
is it's art. It's beautiful.
It's absolutely gorgeous.
It is. I'm almost like I don't even care what's in the book. I'm curious just because it's. Don't judge a book by its cover. This one, you're like, do a little judging. It's pretty good.
It's not a bad place to judge.
That's awesome because I felt bad though when I was on with Sean. I meant to bring up the cover because people are going to think this is cool. So it's a novel, as opposed to nonfiction. It's actual fiction. But the cover is done by our local artist Logan Pack.
Okay.
And so that's why it turned out so awesome. And so
if you can, kind of hold it up to that.
Oh yeah,
camera.
I didn't realize we were on.
They can kind of get a gander of exactly the artwork we're talking about. It's beautiful. And there you go. That's that's the book. Tell them the title, John.
So it's called the Noted Desperado Pancho Dumez. And it's, like I said, it's just a fictional novel, or as I tell people, it's the first time I've done fiction on purpose.
Do it on the one that's not round.
Yeah. I'm sure I've done fiction before by accident, but this is the first time it was on purpose. It's actually the first book I ever started working on back when I was 19.
Oh, really?
And so I'm 36 now, so that's like 17 years I've worked on it off and on, just trying to perfect it. And I didn't feel right about it until 2021, and then I finally published it.
Let me ask you this, because people evolve.
Yeah.
When you started writing, I'm sure you're a different author than you were when you started writing. I'm curious, is there an evolution? Like, can you see, like, some of your early stuff, and you're like, man, versus today? I mean, do you see a difference or see that evolution in the writing?
Well, so here's the thing. I wrote it in first person.
Okay.
And that's when it's like, I said, I did this. So it's kind of like being an actor because you're portraying someone's thoughts.
Gotcha.
And the main character is 14 going on 15. And the bulk of that book I did still write when I was 19.
Okay.
So like his descriptions and the way he thinks was me at 19 remembering 14.
Sure.
And now I'm so far away from that's really hard to do.
Tell me about it.
Yeah. But like
you don't have that 19-year-old angst anymore?
No. Yeah. But yeah, so a former teacher, Jane Anglin, she read it and she was like, "Oh, you capture those 14-year-olds perfectly."
So you didn't want to mess with it because you So in actuality, you're kind of it's almost the times in which you live also reflect the times in which the story, if that makes sense. Like your mindset when you were writing the stuff with the younger folks, it fit there, and then as you got older, matured, and the character does the same. You also carry that same mental mindset with it. So that's actually pretty cool. So. Good deal. So, but this book will be available this weekend, right?
That's going to be the main one I'm pushing, and what's going to be cool, is Logan Pack's going to be there selling his artwork.
Oh,
so
good deal.
It's going to be like the only time you can get my signature on the inside,
and the artist's signature,
and he might, he can sign the outside or the inside, whatever you like. So,
that's like ultra rare.
Yeah.
You went from rare to ultra.
Does he do commissioned art too and all that?
Yeah, that's so Logan. Everybody thinks it's a hobby. That's how he's making his living now.
Awesome.
That's all he does. So it's pretty cool.
It's so great when people can do their passion to make it as their career. Cause you know what I mean? Like those people, like I can draw, but I can't draw. But people are like, I can draw, but how do I turn that into my living? And a lot of people, have trouble making that transition. So it's great to see he's able to do that.
Before you ask, I've already commissioned him to do a full bust of Big Flat Mike. It'll be hanging in the studio starting next month.
A drawing of the thing. Yeah, that would
super
not.
meta.
Yeah. I think, Chris, you're going to need to see if we can trade out some psychological services for myself.
This portion
Might
of the
need
program
to see a
brought to you by
counselor about
BetterHelp.
this. But now, how many books total have you written, John?
I haven't actually tallied them lately, but it's in the upper 30s.
Wow.
Yeah.
I got to ask this question because, and I think I've asked it before, but I want to do it again because there are so many people that probably would love to write and do what you do, but don't have the knowledge or the gumption to know how to do something like this. Is it just writing and just showing it to enough people to get your stuff out there? What is it or is it really it's your one-man show and I publish it myself and that's it catches a following? I mean, how did you do it?
So I started with an actual real publisher, which is Arcadia and the History Press, And I begrudgingly self-published a few years ago, and it's the best thing I've ever done because I make so much more money off of
Gotcha.
self-published, and it's all in the marketing, and Logan was worth it for the cover, because if I made my own cover or whatever, nobody would care.
Right.
That's so with nonfiction, they're already interested in the subject matter beforehand. But with an untested, fiction property, you got to have that awesome cover, which he delivered on. I guess what I'm trying to get around to is if you are going to self-publish, you have to have a nice cover. It's got to look professional. I always tell people don't...
Something to draw the eye, to draw the interest, yeah.
And having an established base, I imagine, also helps. Being with the publisher for the first few years, that kind of gives you your base of people who know your name and who seek out your work. And then when you self-publish, you have that base that kind of travels with you.
Exactly.
Well, but in your opinion, though, by you actually going to a publisher first, did that make it easier to self-publish? Like, did you need to go to the publisher, you think, to finally get to self-publish? Like, was that a step that was needed, or do you think, looking back, maybe I should have self-published from the get-go?
Gosh, possibly. Arcadia is nice because they're a photo history, so they print on the glossy paper, and you can't really do that very well in self-publishing. And they have their foot in the door with all these bookstores.
I'm like thinking maybe you need that to establish a little bit of a reputation for yourself. So when you do say, I'm going to do it myself, there's a bit of a track record, and people say, okay, this guy's legit, versus someone who's never published a book, never done anything, and they're just trying to get it in to open a door somewhere, And that's but really it's kind of stick to it, writing. And now as far as the actual writing game, was that all school and things and a passion for it, or what? Because obviously to tell a story, it takes a certain skill set to do that, and like I'm pretty good at it orally, hence my gig, But to sit down and type it is a little different. It takes a different mindset, a different set of skills to do that. Is that a gift, or is that a talent you had to? We all develop, but was that a bug you had already, or was that really something you had to develop and work on and create?
So I'm noticing something that I think that there are artistic minds, then there are athletic minds that have that mind-muscle connection, and they're good athletes. But most artists, I'm noticing, it depends on the talent that you hone, because Logan, the artist, is also a good writer, but he's honed his art over the writing. Right. Now, when I was a little kid in school, I was known for being an artist. Like, I used to be pretty good at drawing. For a little kid, I was very, very good, but I didn't hone it.
Gotcha.
I just let it go, and then I tended to drift more towards writing.
Sure.
So I think
you choose a path and you kind of hone that craft.
Exactly.
Well, and I think that's true with with any kids. I always, because kids are sponges at that age, and I've always been that one that says, when they're that age, you need to throw everything at them. Just let them find the things that they're into, and then weed it out slowly as the ones that they're drawing to and being interested in. And I think art can be that way. It's like you said, I discovered I have creativity through drawing, but that wasn't the avenue I chose to exercise my creative juices, so to speak.
You knew you were left-brained. You just didn't know what area of the left brain you were going to draw from. So at what age did you really realize that writing and that telling stories was your passion, that you were going to hone that craft to go down that path?
So I think pretty early on, because I used to make my own little picture books with stories and stuff. But so in terms of fiction, like writing fiction, the only book that they forced us to read in school was The Outsiders, and that's the only one that I liked. All the other books they forced us to read, I usually wouldn't read. I would cheat on.
Gotcha.
And I didn't even have the internet to cheat with back then.
Yeah,
so that's quite
none of us did.
Yeah.
It was tough times.
Cliff Notes, easy readers. I remember all those. Oh yeah.
Yeah, but then in terms of the nonfiction, though, I'd credit Kate Davis. She used to be an instructor at ENMUR.
I think we've had her on the show a few times.
Cool, yeah.
She's a filmmaker also.
Now she's a filmmaker. Yeah. And so she let us do a report on anything that we wanted. And I chose living dinosaurs, and I wrote a report on that, and I really enjoyed it. And I think that's what I credit with getting me into nonfiction.
Good deal.
Yeah.
So it was a teacher that influenced.
Yeah, because the teachers in the old days gave you your topic, but she let us choose our topic, so that made it different.
It's funny you mention that, and just comparing in my own life experiences. I remember around 2nd, 3rd grade, they gave us that opportunity, and it was like, first they said make up an animal, and they said whatever you want. We drew a picture of an animal, and I had like a liger or something, you know, one of those. But then, and after that, they said, well, now make up a story about that. Anything you want, and they did a whole. So that's what I did. I remember doing well on it and all that. But yeah, I now that you say what your experience, I kind of look back and say, you know what, that was a project that I did really well and discovered. You know, I kind of like doing a creative side. Again, it turned out mine was flapping my gums, not drawing or writing. But
well, even in your fictional works, you almost get kind of the best of both worlds, because you draw from historical facts to write fictional works, and so you can kind of like almost broaden out your own universe and carve out your own universe based on historical facts. So it really is kind of the best of both worlds.
Yeah, because the novel uses a really wild story that's, like they say, truth is stranger than fiction. Mm-hmm. In real life, Billy the Kid's tombstone has been stolen twice.
Right.
First time it was stolen in 1950, and it disappeared right after the old man called Brushy Bill Roberts visited the grave.
Yeah.
And
if you watch Young Guns, that's they claim was Billy the Kid there. Emilio Estevez or White Sands there.
Yeah.
I think it's the second one. That's the character which they talk about there.
And see, what makes it wilder is they find the stolen tombstone 26 years later in 1976, and it's in the neighboring town where Brushy Bill lived in Texas. He lived in Hyco. They found it in Granbury.
See, his family or himself was involved in some of that, maybe?
I mean, you can't prove it, but I mean, that's too much of a coincidence.
There's a lot of smoke
sure
there.
Line up,
yeah. So my story, I was like, well, why would they steal the tombstone? And I was like, okay, it's the clue and the search for a lost treasure.
And
so
by the way, I saw a documentary about Bushy Bill Roberts, and because there was a lot of people claiming he's Billy the Kid, and it turns out they've done a bunch of scientific, picture comparisons, and they said there's no way that he's Billy the Kid. The faces aren't the same. It's I mean, there's a lot of similarities in some of the story, but and I think you're aware of all this, but as far as the examination, we're like, nah, sorry, that's not him.
The really cool theory is that Brushy Bill was actually a friend of Billy the Kid's named Jesse Evans.
Okay.
He was also an outlaw, but he never got the fame that Billy got, and so people think, maybe he was like, well, I'll pretend to be Billy and I'll get way more attention. I know all of Billy's stories, so that's a cool theory too.
Absolutely, and that kind of jives. And I think it would even jive with the period because, in reality, all these people are famous because of, your Ash Uptons of the world, the dime store novels and all of that. That's why their tales have survived this year, but all of their tales have been told through fiction, really.
Yeah.
And in a grandiose manner.
Yeah. So it's kind of, and to be honest, I think that's the fun about reading some of John's books about Billy the Kid. As a matter of fact, I think you have one of your books specifically deals with separating the lore from the fact in some of the Billy Kid and Pat Garrett and some of the players of the Lincoln County War and all that.
Yeah.
So. And I always say this too, and I imagine if you really want a good sense of New Mexico and the government and why we are how we are, spend the day in Lincoln, New Mexico, and just read. Just go to the courthouse, read all of the signs, go to the Murphy Tunstall store, go to all the different, the actual visitor center there with all the Buffalo soldiers and all that stuff. Visit all of that and just read. Just read the things. And at the end of the day, you're going to be like, no wonder this state's so screwed up. They've been doing things weird since long before it was a state. Like one of the stories that always makes me laugh is when Lincoln County lost its county seat. It got moved to Socorro during, 18, whenever that was. The state government came to Lincoln to get the records to take to Socorro. They were not let into the city. They were met by armed people saying, you will not be taking those things today. Wow. Could you imagine that happening today?
So how's tomorrow looking?
Yeah.
Not good either? Okay, great. We'll schedule something later.
It was like, no, I don't think you're going to do that. And what do? They turned around and went back. They weren't taking it. But you know what I mean, John?
Yeah.
Like, once you hear and see all that stuff, you're kind of like, no wonder we are where we are today.
feel like it was the genesis of the phrase "from my cold dead hands."
Yeah. So I'm curious, John. I know you always got things percolating. What's in the works, or what's in the concept now here? What are you working on now?
So I had more fun writing that book than I've ever had writing any other book, and I want to do a whole series.
Okay.
And since Billy the Kid's so associated with the number 21, I think I want to do 21 books.
Okay.
Yeah.
Started kind of like the start of like the cinematic universe, the John LeMay cinematic universe.
Exactly. Yeah.
I
like it.
universe. Yeah.
I think why not?
21 books, so you're one down.
Yeah, one down.
Do you think you have enough story to sustain yourself for 20?
I have too much because
Nice.
I already think like I don't know how I'll fit this in there because
And the story itself, it can like create itself as you're writing it too.
Exactly. Yeah.
You're fleshing out a universe, and the universe in turn fleshes out the story.
It does.
You're
Yeah.
gonna tell.
One of your books that I think is apropos to UFO and stuff is, and I apologize, the title's out of my head, but I can remember subject matter. One of your books really deals with like UFO sightings and things back in the Wild West times and dealing with some of. Is that going to be one of the books available at Galacticon?
Yeah, the Real Cowboys and Aliens.
There you go. That's the name of it.
Several of them now. Yeah, a lot of Old West UFO sightings.
Yeah,
believe it or not.
It's really cool because, and what I love about it, when we had this conversation back when the book came out, it's all about perspective in the time because, we as humans, when we don't understand how something works, we call it witchcraft
We liken it to
or
something
magic
we
or
understand.
sorcery or what, aliens, whatever it is. And so, because they don't have the vocabulary we do today or the understanding of some engineering or machines, combustible engines, things like that, so their descriptions
Ghost Riders in the sky
of
and
like
stuff.
spaceships and things without the knowledge of technology that we have today, it's pretty fascinating to hear, the speak of it, like mystical dragons and that talk of that, because they really don't have any other true understanding of something to compare it closer to. Because if if you've never been familiar with that, it's something we see every day, but if
you've
they
never
don't
even
know
seen
it,
electric light and you see a light in the sky, how
are you
going
going
to
to describe that? Yeah, exactly. So that to me was the cool part, or because you don't think about that until you go. It's like, oh yeah, they wouldn't. How do they know what they can't describe it as a how do they describe a disc? And so they got some really neat. But the weird part is the descriptions, even though they don't have the vocabulary. If you take it with more modern accounts, a lot of it jives as far as seeing the same thing, which, how do you explain that one?
Yeah. It's universal.
Yeah. So that's cool. So please, this is the kind of stuff that I think John brings to you. So come check out his books and come check out. And like you said, the artist is going to be there too with you on. What's the hours that you're doing booth manning out there?
So Galacticon will open up tomorrow at 12 at lunch, and it'll last till 8 in the evening. Then the next 2 days it's going to open at 10 and go into the late afternoon, and then it's over by July 4th.
Gotcha. So you'll be there all 3 days there during the hours. I believe there is I don't remember off the top of my head, an entry fee to get into Galacticon, but that covers you for the whole day in and out and everything. I think you can get a weekend pass if you want. But I do want to remind folks that if you want to check out the film festival and everything, that's also part of Galacticon. You can get your tickets at Galacticon and then go on out to the Galaxy 8 theaters and go check out the all the different movies. Some of them are like little short films. Some are a little closer to feature-length films, but you get a chance to see them all. And it's really neat to see the talent on that. Because every once in a while, one of those movies ends up at Sundance or one of these places like that, and you're like, "Oh yeah, I saw that at the UFO festival during the Galacticon Film Festival." So definitely check all that stuff out too. So, any of your other friends and stuff you want to that you're going to be out at Galacticon? You want to while you're pointing out, because I know it's small circles and you talk. Some of the other vendors you want to make sure people should check out.
Sure,
where they're there.
There's all sorts of things. Like Matt Bromley does games, and like Logan did the box art for one of his games.
Okay.
And then there's E.J. Wilson. His Star Trek book just always like flies off the shelves.
Okay, so get there early, maybe tomorrow to guarantee a copy of that one.
Yeah, but there's
he does the tabletop games, right, Bromley?
Bromley, tabletop games.
I think I interviewed him once. Those are fascinating when you put those together. Number one, the stories and the worlds that you build, but also the intricacies with the pieces.
Does he like create the tabletop games?
Yeah,
like they're
like he actually invents the.
Oh, okay. Are they all?
I think like Settlers of Catan, that kind of style.
Okay.
Of
I was say, are they all like a sci-fi themed or?
No, he did
or
a taco
history
game.
themed or?
He has a taco game, I think. Taco Party, yeah.
Oh, really? What kind of game is that one?
You don't eat anything, Mike. Sorry.
Okay.
He does a
And
lot
it's
of,
family friendly.
he does a lot of stuff
Okay.
on,
I just want to make sure.
a lot of his
There's a lot of directions I could go. Just wanted to clarify.
A lot of his games get featured on like Kickstarter and places like that, and so they've actually gotten a lot of acclaim and build up from just the Kickstarters and stuff like that. So.
Okay. Very cool. So I imagine he'll be selling some of his games.
I
there if you
believe
wanna-
so, yeah,
To
I'm
play,
pretty sure.
cool. I didn't know if it was more like the Magic and that style, the card play games, which I think they're going to be doing all that there too. Yeah. There's going to be plenty of that, and then of course they'll have the cosplay, the panels for making goggles and all that. So if you're into that, or they usually have a few like filmmaking, those type of deal panels too out there, or and of course if you're always wanting to pick John's brain about maybe you're an aspiring author yourself, come see John's booth and pick up a book or two, but pick his brain. That's what I just did, and talk a little bit about this stuff. So what so other than manning the booth out there, do you got other plans here for UFO Festival weekend stuff, or is there anything that you try to get out and go see, or?
No, I'm pretty boring and laid back. I'm good doing my thing. So.
Gotcha. What about food wise? Is there always a go-to food you get during UFO Festival?
No, I'm bad about exploring the food trucks and stuff like that, but I should do that.
Well, I believe they'll have some out in the parking lot out there, so you won't have to walk far.
Yeah.
This time, they'll kind of have food trucks actually.
No. John is the talent. You snap your fingers and say, "Bring me a taco." That's how it works.
Pizza.
It is time for you to fill the author. Crumbs.
It's a bowl of all purple Skittles.
It was in the rider.
Yeah.
And one yellow one. 37 inches below. But good deal. Well, I'm glad. Thanks for coming out in here and talking with us. I'm glad to see everything's going. It's great to see. Remind folks about the historic book fair too.
Oh yeah, that was one of the main reasons. Yeah, so.
We got to talk about John and his book thing, but the historical society. We're going to get Amy yelling at. She'd already yelled at me the other day because I screwed up. Coming up here, the Historical Society for Southeast of Mexico. I don't have the sheet in front of me.
Yeah, it's July 9th on a Saturday.
Yeah.
So, and again, I'll just stress, we are not selling our book collection.
Yes.
We are not selling anyone's. We always get accused of this, and it drives me up the wall. We are selling excess inventory that people have donated to us recently.
Yeah, we're the Historical Society is very fortunate that we get people that donate. Like if someone passes away or they're trying to maybe clean out their attics and things, and they find these valuable treasures in their possession, and they donate them to us. They're very kind, thinking, "Oh, the historic," and we appreciate it. We love it. Keep doing it. But sometimes some of these rare books we get 3, 4, 5 copies of, and we have space, but we only got so much space in there in the archive facility to store this stuff properly.
Yeah.
So we don't need 5 copies of the same book.
No, and there's a box you check when you donate that says what to do with it, and we respect that box. If you
tell us not to, we won't.
Exactly.
But if you kind of leave it up to our discretion, then we're going to. And John, trust me, he doesn't. Him and all the archive folks are very big protectors of everything that comes in and out of there. So if it leaves, it's because they've got it covered.
Yeah.
And they will never ever let a piece of history slip out of there that shouldn't.
Thanks. Have a great day. Was that our last
Yeah. Trust me, this is what they do, and they're in there every week, grooming and meticulating and working that.
We check
archive
for signatures. It's even if it's signed, like if it's signed to J.P. White, it was J.P. White's book. Of course, we're going to keep it.
And we always keep the better copy. So,
yeah, that too.
So if we get a new copy and it's better than the copy we got, then sorry, we're keeping that one and we'll sell the other one.
Yeah, exactly.
But we keep the best for us. But sometimes we get extras. Sometimes we get more, and we want to share that with you guys. And let's face it, the money we generate from that helps us keep preserving that archive facility.
Right.
It helps us keep doing the 4th grade tours. It helps us to keep facilitating, paying for the roof and the foundation and every other thing that breaks down at an old building.
Century-old
Yeah. So please come July 9th. It'll be it's usually in the morning there. They usually do mystery bags. They'll have a mystery where for like $5 you get guaranteed to get a historical book, but you get if you're looking for decor books, like books that aren't really valuable as far as what's in them, but they're old, so they look nice on the shelf.
Yeah, make your bookshelf look fancy.
You know, we got those there too. So
and Donna Burchell's going to be there signing her new kids book as well. So that's the other thing.
And anytime Donna's there, talk to her. We always joke she's the John LeMay of Eddy County. I look at it, and she does a great job of providing all kinds of great information and that kind of stuff. And her books are great too, like her Wicked Women series.
Yeah.
That's probably one of her more popular books there. Yeah. So very good. Well, John, thank you very much. Appreciate it. And again, if you have any questions about the historical book fair, RoswellNMHistory.org is you can go there and get information, or you can call the there it goes, a kickback on that. It was working. I think you lost internet. Because I've been watching the whole time. We're good to go.
Did somebody say swear?
Yeah, it got quiet. No, I think he lost internet over there. But definitely look forward to that. And we'll see you next time. All right.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, John. All right, it is 8:50. Let's pause for some news of the local variety. Town Hall business update, quick commercial break as well. We'll be back. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters live from the International UFO Museum and Research Facility. We'll be back. Don't go away.
News update. I'm Jared Sorello. Thanks for joining us this hour. A reminder that most city and county offices will be closed on Monday because of the Independence Day holiday. That includes Artesia, Carlsbad, Roswell, and both Eddy and Chavez County. In Roswell, some city services will operate on an adjusted schedule throughout next week. The Roswell Public Library, Roswell Museum, and Roswell Adult Center will all be closed Monday. The Roswell Recreation and Aquatic Center will open 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. The Spring River Zoo will open from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And the Roswell Visitor Center will open regular hours on Monday. City bus service and trash pickup in Roswell will be altered because of the holiday. Still no cause of death known for two men who were found dead in an Eddy County oil field site. Deputies responded Sunday morning to the oil field near Lovington Highway and Turkey Tract Road. The identity of the men has also not yet been released, but anyone with information is being urged to call 575-887-7551. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello reporting.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We're expecting mid-90s for the afternoon high today, and we have high pressure over the area, so we'll be getting a lot of sunshine. For the overnight hours, clear and our low near 70, and then mostly sunny on Friday morning, but we do have a chance of an afternoon shower or thunderstorm, especially around the Roswell area. Our highs will be in the mid to upper 90s, scattered showers in the afternoon for the weekend. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
With the SRN News Business Brief, I'm Ron DeRockstrip. A new poll shows an overwhelming and growing majority of Americans say the U.S. is heading in the wrong direction, including 8 in 10 Democrats. Oil prices are high and drivers are paying more at the pump, but OPEC and allied producing nations may not be much help at their meeting on Thursday. The OPEC alliance, OPEC Plus alliance, that is, which includes Russia, is having trouble meeting its production quotas. AAA this morning posting the national average at $4.85 a gallon. The new head of the government's road safety agency says he will intensify efforts to understand the risks posed by automated vehicle technology. Stephen Cliff says the aim is to help the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration decide what regulations may be necessary to protect drivers, passengers, and pedestrians. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 361 points early. With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Ron DeRockstrip.
Well, the biting bugs and the ferocious flyers are out in force. And if you don't take care of them now, you'll be swatting and scratching all summer. Makes me itchy just thinking about it. Hi, this is Jim Gill from Roswell Seed Company. Whether it's keeping the fleas and ticks off your animals or keeping the flies and mosquitoes away from your barbecue, you got to use the right stuff. And you got to do it at the right time. So come see us now at Roswell Seed Company and don't let the bugs tick you off. Get it? Tick.
Oasis Computers has been Roswell's trusted source for home and small business computers for over 30 years, and they continue to be your best resource for computer repairs, operating system upgrades, web root managed antivirus, special orders, and more. Oasis Computers is now open from 8 to 1, Monday through Friday to better serve you. Service calls by appointments and after-hour appointments are available too. Stop by Oasis Computers at 1703 North Garden or call or text 575-625-9141 for even faster service.
Wakefield Oil Express has the highest quality service in Roswell with a 17-point full-service oil change that includes a full wash and vacuum at their car wash. You won't find a better deal. They also offer full synthetic oil changes, fuel and cabin filter replacements, and will even check your battery. Their tunnel wash isn't afraid of dirty vehicles. They have the best value wash in town with free vacuums. They even offer wash passes that can be used for multiple vehicles. Next time you need your oil changed, go to the fast and efficient Wakefield Oil Express and let them earn your business. 3204 North Main, Roswell.
When I was young, I worked with an old retired farmer in a bookstore. His job was to ship the packages out. My job was to check the packages in. We worked across from each other with a large window in between us. If I'm being completely honest, my first thought was this: there's at least a 50-year age gap between us. He's an old man from the country and I'm a city boy full of college knowledge. What on earth are we going to talk about through this window? I've been wrong many times in my life, but this time was one of the ones that I remember the most. It turned out that old farmer had a name, a story, and most of all, a deep abiding faith in God. It took about a week for me to move from working with an old man to working with one of the wisest men I've ever met. Oddly enough, the old farmer, with hardly any education, came to be my greatest teacher and mentor, surpassing every professor in college. He didn't have a PhD, he didn't serve as a minister at a church, and he certainly wasn't a great orator. But what he did have was a wealth of wisdom. Wisdom gained from life experience and a life walked with God. At 20 years old, that was just the textbook that I needed to be reading, or in this case, listening to.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
Have you ever thought, Mom and Dad are beginning to need more help, but with a busy job and raising a family, you just don't have the extra time? Personal Care by Design is just what you're looking for. We can be there when you can't, from 1 hour a day to 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. All of our caregivers are carefully screened, and we are the only personal care service that is overseen by a registered nurse. Competitive rates, great people, and experience is what sets us apart. So when you need extra help at home with your loved one, you can count on Personal Care by Design. Personal, private, and protected. Call us at 575-625-9471 for your personal care needs and receive a free nursing evaluation. That number again is 575-625-9471.
The Valley Cafe introduces weekly lunch specials. Whether you like burgers, soups, salads, or sandwiches, the Valley Cafe will satisfy your lunch cravings. This week for lunch, try the Jamwich. Thinly sliced ham, bacon, grilled onions, grilled jalapenos, and Swiss cheese. Served on a bolillo bun with jalapeno pineapple jam. Grab and go lunch now at the Valley Cafe, the orange building across from Church on the Move, 801 Brasher in Roswell.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard has led to a lot of firsts for me. The education assistance I received made it possible for me to be the first person in my family to go to school and graduate debt-free. That education helped get me to the first day at my dream job, a job that I can still hold while I serve part-time. That job, plus the other benefits possible from the Army National Guard, helped me become a first-time homeowner. Also, part of my role as a National Guard soldier means I know that I can be one of the first to respond and help my community if disaster ever strikes. I'm extremely proud that I get to serve my community, and that first step I took by joining the Army National Guard has made all the difference in my life. Talk to your local recruiter or visit NationalGuard.com to find out what firsts are available to you in the Army National Guard.
Sponsored by the New Mexico Army National Guard. Aired by the New Mexico Broadcasters Association and this station.
Hugh Hewitt is now in Roswell on 106.5 FM KEND Roswell.
And good morning. It is 58 minutes after 8 o'clock. Happy Thursday, everybody. Mike Winters here with you. We are broadcasting live. We got the morning show out here at the International UFO Museum. We're doing the show today and tomorrow out here at the museum. What's that? Yeah, but definitely want to come on out here and have some fun with us. The doors are officially opening here at the UFO Museum, so definitely want to. They're opening the doors as we speak, and the line of people are coming out. Big thank you to the UFO Museum for allowing us to broadcast out here. By the way, while you're here, don't forget they're doing their $75 cash giveaway each hour all throughout the UFO Festival. So great ways to win some cash there. Big thank you to our sponsors for allowing us to broadcast out here, including the International UFO Museum and Research Center, the Candlewood Inn and Suites, where they're putting up one Clyde Lewis, Roswell Ford, they've been helped us out here, and some great restaurants, Dion's Pizza, the fine folks at Peppers Bar and Grill, Rib Crib, Portofino's Italian Restaurant, La Gran Victoria Restaurant, and Antigua Cocina Mexicana Restaurante as well, too. So big thank you to all of our sponsors for allowing us to broadcast out here the next 2 days. And come on out. UFO Festival's on, I guess officially underway tomorrow, but lots of fun stuff going on here today. All right, we're going to get you into Town Hall News. We'll be back on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters right here at the UFO Museum. We'll be back. Don't go away.
I'm Rich Thomason. A split decision for the Biden administration on this final day of the Supreme Court's current term. In a victory, the High Court has ruled the administration can terminate the Trump-era Remain in Mexico policy, a 5-4 decision that backers of Remain in Mexico predict will unleash an even greater flood of illegal immigrants and drugs like fentanyl into the U.S. In a defeat for Biden environmental policy, the justices have voted 6-3 to limit the power of the EPA when it comes to regulating greenhouse gas emissions from existing coal-fired power plants. President Biden in Madrid a short time ago. I'm supposed to go down the list here. The president going down the list of reporters to call on at a news conference closing out the NATO summit. Mr. Biden accusing the Supreme Court of outrageous behavior, striking down Roe versus Wade, and he is once again blaming Vladimir Putin for skyrocketing gas and food prices. Mr. Biden also announcing another $800 million in aid for Ukraine, saying that Russia's invasion has united the NATO allies. Kentucky's near total ban on abortion was triggered by the Supreme Court's Roe versus Wade ruling, but temporarily blocked by a judge. The Big Rig tragedy in San Antonio, the deaths of 53 illegal immigrants in the sweltering trailer of an 18-wheeler, is prompting action.
Today I'm announcing that Texas is going to add additional truck checkpoints.
Governor Greg Abbott saying the goal is to reduce the chances of this kind of tragedy repeating itself. On this final trading day of the second quarter, stocks deep in the red. Right now, the Dow is down by 378 points. The Nasdaq off 204 points, and the S&P 50 points in the red. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Charlie Dombeck here from Key City Capital. As a practicing CPA for nearly 30 years, I have found that 80% of your ability to grow your wealth is dependent upon two factors: taxes and investment performance. At Key City Capital, we improve investment performance by diversifying capital into off-market investment opportunities in passive rental real estate and alternatives like asset-backed lending. We recover dollars that clients unnecessarily pay in the form of income taxes, creating a lifetime annuity of savings. We are a sponsor of passive, affordable single and multifamily residential rental investments, which are located in Sunbelt landlord-friendly states. These investments are the top choices in a rising interest rate and inflationary environment. They represent a store of value, protecting your capital from market volatility. Learn how we at Key City Capital can help you ultimately grow your wealth rapidly. Connect with me at keycitycapital.com or give me a call at 817-912-1569.
Chinese leader Xi Jinping arrives by train in Hong Kong to mark a major anniversary.
Supporters mass at the train station, waving Chinese and Hong Kong flags, chanting, "Welcome, welcome, warm welcome," as Xi Jinping arrives. The Chinese leader is in Hong Kong ahead of the 25th anniversary of the British handover, and after a 2-year transformation, bringing the city more tightly under Communist Party control. It's Xi's first trip outside of mainland China in nearly 2.5 years. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
Sweden's central bank raising a key interest rate by 0.5 percentage point today to combat rapidly rising inflation and price hikes that are spreading through the economy. The bank says it decided to raise the policy rate to 0.75%. Breaking news and analysis at townhall.com. Police in Virginia call it a tragedy on many levels.
Police say an 18-month-old boy was accidentally left in a vehicle for hours and died on Tuesday. They say when his father found him, he carried the child inside his home and then went outside into the woods and shot and killed himself. Chesterfield County Police Lieutenant Colonel Christopher Hensley says police were in touch with the child's mother and relatives who reported that the boy had not been dropped off at daycare and may be in danger. Police also learned that the boy's father was at his home talking about suicide. Responding officers found the body of the boy inside the home and the man dead in the woods behind the house, apparently having shot himself, say police. I'm Rita Foley.
Watching Wall Street, the sell-off rolls on this hour. The S&P is down 55 points, while the Dow is off 396 points. More on these stories, townhall.com.
I promise you, whatever scum did this, that one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. Let's have a listen. What does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3.
Tres Inviernos.
Mornings with Mike Winters right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy UFO Festival pre-day.
That's right.
Eve.
Thursday.
UFO Festival Eve. That's what we'll go with.
The eve of the invasion.
Yeah, we're here in the UFO International UFO Museum and Research Center is open.
Yep.
Crowds were waiting at the door, and they're here and about and seeing if they truly believe or not.
I gotta say, I kind of did a little walkabout back to the radio station and then back here. Tourists already out on the street. Folks already out seeing the sights, taking pictures, and taking a look at things.
Yeah.
This is our guest here.
That's, I guess, where we're at. But, yeah, we're here at the International UFO Museum. We're going to be broadcasting the show, obviously, the rest of today. And then tomorrow as well, we'll be doing the show out here live. So you're welcome to come on out, have some fun with us out here. Tomorrow, I know it's going to be hopping earlier here. I believe everything's
7 a.m.
Yeah, but beginning at 7 tomorrow, they're going to be doing stuff. I know they'll have the big breakfast and they'll have so it'll get underway earlier here tomorrow. But yeah, it's open. They've got all kinds of stuff going on. By the way, during UFO Festival, the International UFO Museum and Research Center will be doing $75 cash giveaways each hour.
Every single hour.
So you might want to be hanging out for your chance to win some of that during the UFO Festival weekend.
That's like half a tank of gas. I mean, heck yeah.
By the way, my fuel light came on. I got to go take out a loan and get some gas later today.
It really pains me when you go to the pump and it says financing available. I'm just like, ah.
Right. Yeah, turns out you can take a mortgage out on your cat if you know the right person, and that
and you know the right person.
About a tank full.
Hello,
of gas
Elliot.
There, so I kid, of course.
That's
but
right.
yeah, we definitely we do appreciate the UFO Museum for letting us be here and come out. They got a lot of fun stuff.
Whole lot of stuff.
And the museum's beautiful. Like if you haven't been here, especially since COVID, they've done a ton of remodel and renovations, additions, and things.
A lot of interactivity that's been put in place. Matter of fact, if you go just to this room, and actually you have to do the whole museum, but if you go just to this room over here, you're greeted with a full room 3-screen experience of what the aliens saw when they crashed into Roswell.
Oh, nice. Like
it's
a driver's view.
Exactly. It's absolutely crazy with full-blown sound. Matter of fact, once it gets going, once those people actually make their way around, you'll start hearing the boom.
Oh, yeah, you'll hear the beast, the beast down in there, and they'll get
Gonna get all Skrillex on us.
The smoke going and the alien animatronics going and all that good stuff. But, yes, if you go to UFOfestival.com, you can see the complete schedule of everything happening at this year's UFO Festival. Not only the stuff going on here at the UFO Museum and Research Center, but the citywide stuff, Main Street Roswell stuff, Galacticon, all things that are encompassing
it's
the
a downtown-wide
of the
party.
UFO Festival is under that website.
That's
so you can go there. And also we had Juanita Jennings on, City Public Relations Director in the 7 o'clock hour, and download the See Roswell app for your smartphones, and they got exclusive. You'll find some of the exclusive deals that are going on with some of our businesses, some UFO exclusive like scavenger hunts and things like that. They got all kinds of fun stuff through the See Roswell app that you can participate in too. Main Street Roswell's got their passport program as well that you go beginning tomorrow on the Chaves County Courthouse lawn. You can go out there and sign up for the passport program, and then you go visited the businesses there, and then when you turn in your passports, you get exclusive UFO Festival swag that is
a cool swag bag with all
only
kinds of
available via that passport program.
Every year, there's always something in that bag that's like that's truly unique. That's one of a kind that you're not going to find in gift shops. You're not going to find anywhere else. Just in that swag bag. Makes it worth the hunt.
Absolutely.
And by the way, UFO Festival also and the UFO Museum and Research Center playing host tonight to Clyde Lewis.
Clyde Lewis is in town.
Yes.
His flight got in a little late, but they got in late last night. And he'll be doing his show live tonight beginning at 8 p.m. The plan is to be in the garden here right on the corner of 2nd and Main, right next door to the UFO Museum and Research Center. It's actually part of it. It's their garden. But right there on the corner of 2nd and Main Street. If you know the mural, the big red with the UFO like it's landing or taking off, I'm not sure which, depending on your perspective.
It's in some form of motion.
In transit. Yeah. But anyway, that'll be the backdrop for his show tonight. So, and then tomorrow night he's going to be doing the show here in the research in the actual research center there in their room on the, which is actually the most south end of the building here.
It's also the most muffled of the rooms.
Is it?
I've noticed it's very
got the acoustics a little bit better out there
with many leather-bound books. Room smells of rich mahogany.
It does smell of rich mahogany. Yes, it does. By the way, I don't know how many locals realize this, but yeah, you've probably been to the museum here and gone back and seen the aliens and watched the films and seen all that. But this is a research center, and if you go, I always call it the right side of the building when you walk in. You walk to the main entrance. Of course, you go straight back to all the museum part, and then, of course, the gift shops on the left side. But on the right side is a huge library of books.
Unassuming. There's a little door that leads into just a world of research.
Yeah, and that's all the research library, and there is a ton of stuff. And, of course, there's going to be a lot of people doing their research and stuff here this weekend. But you locals, if you're wanting to do your own reading and research, wait till the crowds die down after UFO Festival and come on and check it out. They got really, unless you're wanting to go now.
Unless you're a glutton for punishment, in which case you can also, people watch. You can get to
maybe
know
you're a
people's
people
stories.
person.
Yeah.
And,
I already got in a conversation with with a couple with a kid this morning. They're here from Jersey.
Huh?
Yeah.
What, like Jersey Shore Jersey
They
or
gave me
regular?
Jersey. All I go is Jersey.
Now,
I don't know
did
if it's actually Jersey Wales.
Were they like the Situation Jersey, or do they more like Soprano Jersey?
Matter of fact, now that I think about it, when he said it, he had a bit of an accent. So I think he might have been. It
Well,
might have been
Jersey. Y'all got accents.
Might have been Welsh. Huh.
Yeah.
He said Jersey.
Or
So
could
he's
have been
Jersey.
like Bon Jovi Skid Row Jersey.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, Jersey. I figure that's got a Y in it though.
By the way, I watched an entire episode of Breaking the Bad on Skid Row, and I enjoyed it. It was good. It was on Sunday.
You said Breaking the Bad. I was like
Breaking the
band.
Band.
Okay, yeah.
Breaking the Band. Did I say Breaking the Bad?
Yeah. I was like, that's a new one.
Breaking the Band. I apologize.
It's all about
on Skid Row.
famous bands and their discovery of methamphetamine.
That's right.
Breaking
And their
the Bad.
experiences in an RV making meth.
That's right. Every week it's a new artist. Next week it's Alice Cooper.
Yeah. No, I watched and so I learned a lot about Skid Row. I didn't realize Bon Jovi was like a huge proponent. Like, pretty much, the first album with Youth Gone Wild and 18 in Life and all that, huge hit. I think pretty much Bon Jovi got all that money.
Really?
Yeah, the band got a little bit, but I think Bon Jovi fronted a lot of that, and so when it came to time for that album to collect, they didn't get paid like they did. And then the album that's got the wildlife and all that, that second album, that was all theirs. They made some money about that. Then they have a third album. I didn't know if you knew this.
I don't.
Skid Row does have a third
I know
album.
very little about Skid Row. I'm learning new stuff
that
every day.
album is let's just say it wasn't that big of a hit. It's probably it's probably bad, so bad that it's rare. Not so bad that it's in a $3 bin somewhere, but it's pretty bad. But anyway, I enjoyed it. Skid Row, and
I'm curious. I'm
Bon Jovi basically mafia'd him out and just did the Jersey style soprano on him, and
that's dirty. Skid Row. It's called Subhuman Race.
And it's Subhuman album.
And
Pretty
looks
bad. It's subpar.
I've never heard of any of these. Nope.
Yeah, but
cool.
What was? Well, I can't remember that second album. It had the Wildlife, and it was Slave to the Grind.
Slave to the Grind.
That was it. That was the name of that
Slave to the
second.
Grind.
That one they made some money off of. That one had a couple of hits, but that was it.
Honestly, you mentioned more Skid Row hits than I knew. I was like, I forgot about. Well, I knew 18 in Life, but
Youth Gone
I
Wild.
forgot about Youth Gone Wild. I forgot about.
I Remember You. Their
forgot
big
about
ballad
Slave to
hit.
the Grind. I Remember You. I forget all these ones.
Slave to the Grind.
It's kind of like
yeah.
it's kind of like several years ago. I went and watched Warrant and Winger in concert.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
They had like 6 songs each.
Yeah, more Winger songs that I knew and enjoyed that I knew.
There's only 2 wingers I know, Madeline and She's Only 17.
She's only 17. Yeah. There's
I think there's a third one.
There's a few. Yeah, there's a few. I can't think of any offhand, but there's a few.
Yeah, and then and Warrant.
Cherry Pie.
Cherry Pie, Uncle Tom's Cabin.
Yeah.
Down Boys.
Down Boys.
And that's about it.
Uncle
for
Tom's
them.
Cabin? No, she's my cherry. Oh, okay. Cherry
Yeah.
Pie.
And
There's a
Down
microphone
Boys.
right there. Feel free to use
There
it.
you go. We'll talk here. It's not turned on yet, so no one can hear you.
Oh,
so
sweet.
Now they
Am
can.
I on now?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, but yeah, She's My Cherry Pie is a good song.
It is a good song.
Yeah.
It's hard as a man to dance to, though. In fairness.
I remember watching the
on a hood of a car.
I remember watching the Celebrity Rehab where the lead singer from Warrant was on it before he ended up passing away. But Lane something, yeah.
Oh God.
Australia?
I don't remember. Sorry, I'm not that. It's been
know.
a few years on my Warrant.
But the guy they got to replace him, I mean, he's pretty good.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's still Warrant.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. I mean, Cherry Pie was a huge hit and big, but the next biggest hit, Down Boys, is awful. Like, where the Down Boys go, whoa, it's bad. Whoa, yeah.
Janie Lane.
Where the Down Boys
Janie Lane.
go.
Janie Lane.
Yeah.
That sounds like a really fast, like Janie Lane.
Janie Lane. Well, because I wasn't sure how the first name was pronounced, so I wanted to say it really quickly, just kind of to glaze over it. It's a thing I do.
Okay.
Thanks for calling me out on it.
There you go. And there we go to Mr. But anyway.
Usually with most like Arab names, you'll just glaze right over them. Makes me sound smarter.
So, Mr. How are you doing today?
Makes it sound like you know how to pronounce what you're saying.
Exactly.
All right, that's good.
Fake it till you make it.
That's
Until
a good
somebody
trick.
calls me out on it and then makes it a whole thing.
That is there you go, and a hug. Crystal Noble's here joining us from the Roswell Humane Society. We're getting an update from her in just a few minutes. I do want to remind folks this is 4th of July weekend on Monday, and I'm sure we'll talk more about this with Crystal here. But prepare accordingly as far as the pets go, as far as fireworks go, all of that kind of stuff.
Yep.
It's definitely something you don't want to just let the dogs go wild. It's rough. It's rough for some animals, the fireworks. So we'll talk more about that. But anyway, we'll get that update here. Should have brought me a burrito. What's up? So I was like,
DoorDash was on the menu.
Should bring me a burrito.
Snap that out.
I keep, of course. But it is 9:18. Let's go ahead and get you up to date on the weather.
Meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We're expecting mid-90s for the afternoon high today, and we have high pressure over the area, so we'll be getting a lot of sunshine. For the overnight hours, clear and our low near 70, and then mostly sunny on Friday morning, but we do have a chance of an afternoon shower or thunderstorm, especially around the Roswell area. Our highs will be in the mid to upper 90s, scattered showers in the afternoon for the weekend. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. And currently, currently 82 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 47%. Winds currently out of the south at 12 miles per hour. We are looking at sunny skies and hot today with a high of 97. Not really much talk of rain today. South winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Not really much talk of rain tonight either. Mostly clear with an overnight low of 71 degrees. South winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then Friday, sunny 97. Southwest winds 5 to 10. Friday night, we are looking at a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mainly before midnight. Otherwise, partly cloudy, overnight low of 71, south winds 5 to 10. Saturday, 20% chance of rain for the afternoon, otherwise mostly sunny and hot with a high of 98. West winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. For Saturday night, partly cloudy, overnight low of 72. 30% chance of rain Sunday. They say some of those storms could produce some heavy rain. Mostly sunny, high of 95. 30% chance of rain Sunday night as well, mostly cloudy, overnight low of 71. And for your 4th of July, 30% chance of showers. Some storms could produce heavy rain, mostly sunny and 93. And then we're looking at rain chances with highs in the mid-90s pretty much all next week there. So, and then they're looking at 20 to 30% rain chances during that time as well, too. So
monsoon season's kicking.
Officially, absolutely. All right, it is 9:20. We're going to take a 3-minute break, and then Crystal Noble will officially join us from the Roswell Humane Society. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters live from the International UFO Museum and Research Center. Don't go away. We'll be back.
Valley Cafe introduces weekly lunch specials. Whether you like burgers, soups, salads, or sandwiches, the Valley Cafe will satisfy your lunch cravings. This week for lunch, try the Jamwich. Thinly sliced ham, bacon, grilled onions, grilled jalapenos, and Swiss cheese. Served on a bolillo bun with jalapeno pineapple jam. Grab and go lunch now at the Valley Cafe, the orange building across from Church on the Move, 801 Brasher in Roswell.
Time for the 86th Annual Lee County Fair and PRCA Rodeo, July 29th through August 6th at the Lee County Fairgrounds. This year, it's all about honoring our heritage. Come enjoy the Arts and Crafts Showcase, the Carnival, Extreme Bulls event, the PRCA Rodeo, the livestock shows, commercial vendors, and some of the best fair food in the state. And of course, the concert series with Ramon Ayala y sus Bravos del Norte de la Leyenda, Friday, July 29th at 7 p.m. Tuesday, August 2nd, Randall King takes the stage at 9:30. Mirror on the wall. Wednesday, August 3rd, it's Zach Williams at 9:30. Thursday, August 4th, don't miss the Randy Rogers Band at 9:30. Friday, August 5th, it's Joe Nichols at 9:30. Yeah, tequila makes her clothes fall off. And Cody Johnson on Saturday, August 6th at 9:30. Admission is free Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday all day and every day before 5. $10 for adults. Kids 6 to 12, $5, and 5 and under are free. More info at leecountyfair.net. See you at the Lee County Fair, July 29th through August 6th at the Lee County Fairgrounds.
I have a snake for your drain. You might want to step back. Oh, no, baby. All AC units moke a little. Is normal. Oh, no, baby. Haha, now your sprinkler system's strong like bull.
Come on now, don't let any fool work on your plumbing and air conditioning. Fergalicious. From clogged drains to sprinkler systems, Fergus Plumbing and Heating is on the job. And who are you going to call for air filters and spring servicing on your AC unit? Fergalicious. Call Fergus today, 622-2660. Nothing but love. Fergalicious.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard has led to a lot of firsts for me. The education assistance I received made it possible for me to be the first person in my family to go to school and graduate debt-free. That education helped get me to the first day at my dream job, a job that I can still hold while I serve part-time. That job, plus the other benefits possible from the Army National Guard, helped me become a first-time homeowner. Also, part of my role as a National Guard soldier means I know that I can be one of the first to respond and help my community if disaster ever strikes. I'm extremely proud that I get to serve my community, and that first step I took by joining the Army National Guard has made all the difference in my life. Talk to your local recruiter or visit NationalGuard.com to find out what firsts are available to you in the Army National Guard.
Sponsored by the New Mexico Army National Guard. Aired by the New Mexico Broadcasters Association and this station.
The octopus and the squid both have 3 hearts. That's why they eat so many Tums. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 24 minutes after 9 o'clock. Good morning, everybody. We're broadcasting live here from the International UFO Museum and Research Center. We took Mornings with Mike Winters on the road. We're going to be here today and tomorrow doing the show here live. Don't forget Clyde Lewis, the man who takes over the airwaves each and every weekday night here on Roswell's Talk FM. He'll be doing his nationally syndicated show live here at the UFO Museum tonight and tomorrow night beginning at 8 p.m. Love to see you come on out. The crowd is invited. He's going to be setting up shop outside tonight over in the garden. Beginning at 8 p.m., Clyde Lewis will be doing a show out there. And then tomorrow night, he's going to be doing the show inside the research center here in the North Library there, which is the farthest north part of the building here. That north entrance, go there. Joining us here in our lobby studio here now is Crystal Noble with the Roswell Humane Society. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm great. I got a donut.
You did? There's more where that came from.
Oh, yeah. Okay, you know what? It's fine. I already have my crack in a cup, as John calls it. So
we got crack on a plate and crack in a cup there.
Yep.
So very good. Well, good morning. How's life at the Humane Society today?
It is good. It is busy. It is hot.
Good. Well, the hot part not so much, but the good and busy part's good.
It is good. It's busy. Speaking of the 4th of July, yes, that being this weekend, we have decided that we're going to go ahead and close the kennels from Saturday and then just reopen on Tuesday.
Okay.
So that way we're able to keep the stress level down from the animals during the firework time.
Makes sense.
And then a lot of it also is, travelers for the UFO festival, they come in full character with masks and stuff like that, and that tends to scare the dogs quite a bit, and we don't want the dogs to accidentally bite somebody.
Gotcha.
So if you do come to visit, please make sure that all UFO attire, alien attire is removed, because we don't want you to terrify the dog. We want the dog to see truly you and not, the fun.
Right, you dressed up as an alien
the
or
fun stuff.
A foil person or whatever.
Yes. But we will be open all day today, all day tomorrow as normal, but we will just be closed Saturday. And then obviously Sunday and Monday are normal days.
Yeah.
And then back open on Tuesday.
What about the thrift store? Will it be open?
The thrift store will be open.
Okay. It'll be open its normal, regularly scheduled
Yes.
hours for that. So, by the way, that's a great way to support the Humane Society. If you can adopt a pet or become a member, shop at the thrift store, donate to the thrift store. Every penny that is generated from that thrift store goes back to taking care of the animals at the thrift.
Anybody here traveling locally that does not know, the thrift store is on East McGaffey Street. We're connected to them, the same building, but they have a lot of things. A lot. They're packed full right now.
Yeah.
So if you're traveling through and you want, to say you went authentically shopping at thrift stores in Roswell, come by see us.
There's a lot of great stuff.
There's a lot.
That's the best. If you're going to be a tourist, go to your Goodwills, go to your thrift stores, because you're going to get kind of the flavor of the place that you're.
Yes.
So this is their stuff, our stuff.
Yeah, it's all you out of towners. Come visit.
Yeah. Yes, and so right now, Camille at the thrift store has 2 nice very old vintage dressers. A ton of swimming towels. So if you're going to go play at our swim rec area or the splash pad.
Or EMUR pool, they're both
Yes.
open July 4th.
And then we've got swimsuits for kids, adults, women, men.
Okay.
So you can get your towels, you can get your swimsuits, then you can get your swim on. And then if you decide you want to decorate your house with our stuff while you're here, we've got a ton of curtains, curtain rods, bed sheets, coffee pots, a couple of Keurigs.
By the way, college kids will be going back to school here before you know it. They're going to be moving into the dorms. They need things like coffee pots and curtains and bedspreads and things like that.
Yep.
Get it on the cheap. They're going
very
to destroy
cheap.
it in college. Just face it. Nothing.
Very cheap.
Yeah, most furniture and things from college don't make it home again because it gets destroyed.
Right.
So
Pretty
buy
much.
it, pennies on the dollar at the thrift store, so when they destroy it, you don't feel so mad.
Yep. They're stocking new clothing every single day, and a lot of the clothing that they're stocking is actually new clothing with tags on.
Okay.
Ladies, you know, it's hot here in New Mexico, and if you're not familiar with that, we've got a ton of summer dresses, rompers, shorts, sports bras, anything.
Sports bras, you said?
Yeah, sports bras.
Awesome. I need to stock up.
Okay, you know what? I'll bring you a couple next time.
Just set a couple aside.
Okay, I got you.
I think you just need the regular ones. I didn't know you were very into sports.
I don't know.
I need something. I need something.
It's for when you go swimming for his
Lift
laps.
and separate, but also with not a lot of jiggle.
Yes.
I like getting black eyes, so I just.
You do you.
But if you're looking for anything in particular that you forgot at home while you're here, check us out.
Very good.
They have a lot of dress slips too. If you're still into wearing the dress slips, I was like, who still wears dress slips? But okay.
Me?
There we go. Our black-eyed dress slip man over there. A lot of lady nightgowns. You know, the really soft, silky nightgowns for the summertime sleeping and shower robes.
Comfort ones, not sexy time.
No, they have those too.
Oh, okay. So whatever.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah, they have the comfy and the sexy.
Comfy can be sexy.
I guess. Not if you're doing it right.
But if you forgot something to pack, and instead of going to Walmart buying it brand new, come and get it from us.
Come visit
We've got it. We've got it all.
And you're helping pets. You're helping
shoes,
vets. Yeah. Kids clothing. I know with back to school is going to be around the corner. I'll be doing your back to school shopping. Come get some clothing here.
There's a ton of kids clothing, a ton of kids shoes. I can't even tell you how many baskets of kids clothes that they could put out on a day basis because they get a lot of it donated because granted kids outgrow their clothes before they tear them up because they grow so fast.
Yeah. Them church clothes don't last very long when they're a certain age.
No.
You go 1 week and they fit fine. Next week they're outgrown them already. So yeah.
Yeah. So 4th of July is here. I mean, obviously we're gearing up for that weekend.
Yes.
A lot of loud noises, a lot of fireworks, a lot of shocking and surprising things for the pooches out there.
Yes.
What are some recommendations that you would give pooch owners?
So a lot of people don't realize that their pets truly have anxiety from fireworks because yes, they do.
Right.
If you go to Paul's Vet, Roswell Livestock, Petco, Walmart, Tractor Supply, you're gonna look for a calming treat.
Okay.
A lot of people, it's called Rescue Remedy, but there's several other ones. They even have some that are CBD now.
Gotcha.
And so fireworks tend to typically start about 7, 8 o'clock at night.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to want to give it to them about 6, 6:30.
Actually, I heard a few already like 2 days ago. So.
As I was pulling in the parking lot, somebody popped a firework as I pulled in the parking lot. I was like, excuse you?
Day fireworks?
Can't help
Day
it.
fireworks.
That feels silly.
What a waste of money.
It really
Day
is.
firework.
Yeah. So, exactly.
So basically you're just saying dose your dogs.
Dose your dogs. Give them the calming medication. Put them, if you have dogs that are used to being kenneled, kennel them. Close the kennel door and cover it so it blocks out the light. They're in their own quiet space, and it's basically their comfort zone.
Gotcha.
It's like, us when we throw the blanket over our head so the monster goes away. We're just helping them.
Gotcha.
Cats,
I was wondering about cats because I'm a cat daddy, and I've
Yes.
for several years we've heard fireworks around us, and I don't usually have my cats don't tend to have anxiety about it. But do cats in general have anxiety about fireworks and
They
stuff?
can.
Okay.
But typically cats are neurotic to begin with, to where certain things spook them. So they have their already set hiding place.
Right.
Main thing with cat owners is don't be coming in and out of your front door, back doors a lot. You either in or you're out, or put your cat in a room with a closed door. So that way, if you have a lot of traffic coming in and out of the house, the cat is secure in a room and can't get spooked and run out.
Right.
Because one of the busiest days at any shelter is July 5th and January 1st because of all the fireworks popping. Dogs run away, cats run away, and owners are looking for them. Keep your dogs inside and, confined areas. Get them some calming aid. They've got several different ones out on the market. Rescue Remedies one. They have CBD ones at Petco that are all natural. Give it to them in ample time prior to be effective, and then redose them about 9 o'clock at night.
Okay.
Only because you might be done with fireworks, but your neighbors down the street or across the street could be going until 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Exactly.
So you want to make sure to continue to dose them throughout the evening. Another thing that can help is if you have a radio in your house and you have the animal in that room, turn the radio on, but put it on like rock station, like where it's going to play, our Skid Row, Motley Crue,
Something
Guns N'
heavy.
Roses, something that's got a lot of bass to
Give
it.
your dog some culture. in
Yeah,
other words.
let's take them back to the 80s.
Music. Gotcha.
Yeah, let's go back to the 80s.
No smooth jazz, something a little bit more peppy and
Something
upbeat.
that's rocky, upbeat, got a lot of bass in it, and turn the volume up a little bit.
Okay.
You don't have to, go tub thumping down the street.
If it's too loud, you're too old. Yeah.
Pretty
None of
much.
that.
Yeah.
So just something else that they can listen to that'll kind of drown out the sudden booms.
Right. So that'll be a continuous boom. So when the sudden booms come, it's not as loud and it's not as echoey in the house.
My dog really likes Skrillex, so I should just put a lot of that on.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm curious about, I've seen, the commercials for, the blankets, the thunder
Thunder
blankets.
coats.
Do those have any effect?
Personally, I've never had any good use, or not good use, but good
luck.
Good luck with them.
Okay.
I've had several people tell me that they work good for their dogs.
Okay.
Depending
So
on
it's
your
per
dog,
case.
it's per case.
All right.
My dogs are just big, huge titty babies,
Okay.
and if they can't be all over mom in a thunderstorm or
Then
firework,
gotcha.
that's it.
Okay.
He's asking for Kim, for the record.
No, for me. I need a thunder blanket.
Yeah.
Kim, it's loud. Get my shirt.
I just want to wear it, and then I run around the house going, "You bid thunder blanket," and then I go run to the next room.
He needs a whoopee. So Kim must have thrown his whoopee away.
Yeah. Everybody needs a good whoopee.
Aw.
Don't mess with a man's whoopee.
Those things are amazing.
A man should be alone in his castle with his whoopee. What's up
you know
with
what?
that?
I'll say it. I'm a man who's not afraid to admit I miss access to the last whoopee I had access to. Thing was fantastic.
I had a blanket when I was a kid. I sucked my thumb and had a blanket. I think I sucked my thumb till I was 10. I was really a late. I sucked my thumb till long past. I
he was
should
a
have
late
been stopping
sucker.
sucking my thumb, but that's probably more information you cared to know about. Me.
Mike
But
Winters,
anyway.
all day sucker.
Go Kim.
So, I like you said, I know that the facility will be closed this weekend.
Yes.
But today, tomorrow, you can come by. Let's talk what pets are looking for homes right now.
So we still have some of the old timers. We still have Sunflower, which she is now a little over a year, probably
Okay.
going close to a year and a half, and we have her as a boxer pit bull mix. Super sweet, super affectionate. She's not too big. She's roughly 45, 50 pounds.
Okay. So if you want a boxer, but not the built weight of a boxer, this might be a little bit more your speed.
She's more like stature of a pit and size of a boxer.
Okay.
So, but she walks great on a harness, great on a leash.
Is she got the boxer pushed in stuff?
No, she has the pit face and then the
Okay.
boxer other.
So you probably don't have to deal with some of those
Not a lot of
issues
the
that you have to
breathing
deal with
issues.
on boxers.
Nice.
Okay.
We do still have Max and Rose, the two Doberman mixes that came into us when they were 4 months old. They are now 1 year old.
Okay.
They are special case. They do need somebody that's going to be able to take time and work with them, because remember when they came in at 4 months of age, they had never had human interaction until us.
So they were kind of feral.
They were feral completely.
Okay.
They are very well now. Max has advanced a little bit further than Rose has. Rose is still kind of
But
shy
they're
and
much
scared.
more accustomed to people, and
They don't try to bite anybody. Max actually is like, hi, I want you to pet me, and if you don't pet me, I'm going to scream at you because I now like people. And Rose is like, just let me go under my bed and hide. She's in cat stage right now.
Sure.
But they're both very sweet. They're both very affectionate. When we take them out of the kennel situation and bring them up into the front lobby, Rose does open up quite a bit. She's like, oh, okay.
Do you find that the personalities that they take on inside the kennels that they translate to the home ownership experience, that they're just as playful as maybe they are inside the kennels?
About 80% of the time. The majority of the time, like we say, dogs, you see them, and cats, you see them at their worst in a kennel.
Sure.
Because they don't understand why they're there. They don't have the knowledge to understand,
To them,
hey,
it just feels like punishment.
Sure.
Exactly. Now they are treated with, the most love and care and provided everything that they're needed when they're with us. But they still don't understand that.
Right.
They don't get to run. They don't get to have the
They
rule
get
of
to
the
go on
place,
their
yeah.
walks in the morning, when we have our volunteers come and walk them. We have an outside exercise run that they get to, share, rotate throughout the day. But it's still not like having a home. And a lot of people we've heard in the past from them is the best animal they've ever had is an animal from a shelter because they don't take their home for granted.
Right.
They
That makes
know
sense,
that
makes sense.
there's
That makes
other
sense,
things
yeah.
in life.
Sure.
So
They've seen some stuff, man.
right. And I always laugh when I tell them, I go, so when they get home, do they sing Let My People Go?
Just sitting there with a harmonica howling out the window.
They
And
got
to
a
be
tin
honest-
metal coffee can. Ding, 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 ding,
I know
let
people
my
have their
people go.
like breeds of choice, and I love my Jack Russell or my King Charles Cavalier, whatever. I get that. Some people have that, but I'm telling you, the best dogs I ever have or ever come across, mutts.
Yeah.
So and I'm
Mutts,
going to
they're-
tell you right now, shelter dogs are a lot different than purchased or, given
Farm
dogs.
dogs, right?
Two of my dogs, my two dogs, one came from the shelter and then one came from my daughter. So the one that came from the shelter, yeah, he's got his moments to where, he's like, oh, yeah, I remember what this place is. The one that didn't come from the shelter is like, I'm going to push every single button you have, and then, I'm going to back off.
Gotcha.
But, a dog that comes from a shelter, even a cat that comes from a shelter, they know that there's something different out there other than that home.
Right.
And not saying that it's a bad experience for them, but they know that this is what they love. They didn't love the kennel. And there are some animals that can adapt perfectly into the kennel, like as if it is their home.
Right. Sure.
And there's some that do not.
Well, it's like people. Each one reacts differently. I imagine some even develop a PTSD, the two kennel life.
There are
living,
some that we have actually had to medicate because of stress diarrhea.
Sure.
Because they could not settle down. Their anxiety and nerves just continuously were just
Sure.
anxious.
Yeah.
So we had to get them on medication to stop them from having diarrhea because when you're stressed, what happens? Your body digests your stress everywhere.
Well, imagine you get put in a room, in a little room, or a little cage in a room, and then everybody else in the room is yelling and screaming at the top of their lungs.
Michael, thank you not to judge me on how I spend my weekends.
I'm just saying, how calm and relaxed would you be in that environment? Odds are you wouldn't. And guess what? The dogs aren't either. And that's what we're talking about.
Experience from, youth and childhood. Joe wasn't fun.
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now. I like my home.
Death row's really hard.
It was hard to get off that row, man.
But yeah, I mean, and so if you think at it from that perspective, you're seeing these pets at their worst. So that's why they want to put you in the meet and greet room. They want you to, if you have other dogs, we want to make sure that that's copacetic and have that meet and greet. That's why everything's done. It's A, to make sure that that animal's going to a safe, warm, loving home. But B, it's also to make it a better experience for you as the home owner and the pet owner. We don't want this to be hard for you because guess what? If it is, 9 times out of 10, they bring them right back to the Humane Society, and we're stuck back with the pets again.
One thing that, with it being the summertime and a lot of people traveling for vacations and Roswell getting a lot of travelers, which is wonderful because that brings people to our town and people coming to the shelter and looking. Our shelter is not like most shelters. You don't walk in. It's not a pick and go. We're not a garage lot,
Right.
where you're going to go and pick the part and go.
This ain't a pet vending machine.
No.
Yeah.
We do have processes, and we do have the policies and procedures in place for a reason. It's a safety for the animals, and then for you as well, and your kids and your animals at home.
Sure.
We do want to adopt anybody who lives out of town. Unfortunately, it just takes a little bit longer to do versus a normal situation.
And yeah.
But we do want to make sure that if you have dogs that they get along, because we would hate for you to get all the way back to, let's say, Colorado, and then our dog and your dog don't get along, because in our contract you have to drive your dog that you just adopted from us all the way back to us.
Yeah.
So, and not always do, things work out 100% even with meet and greets. Sometimes they get home and they decide that they don't want to share that territory.
Right.
It's not a guarantee, but it is a 95% chance that this is going to be a better suit than, just throwing them in the yard together.
Also, please note the city of Roswell, especially for out-of-towners, it may not be, regardless of where you live, that dog will be chipped and spayed or neutered before it is in your possession.
Yes, so everything is microchipped, spay or neutered, rabies vaccination. We start them on vaccinations. If they come in with fleas or ticks, they're treated for fleas and ticks and given preventative to help keep it off.
Even if you do not live in the city of Roswell, you still will have your pets chipped. Spayed, neutered regardless, too. Yep. But that, even if you live in the county or don't even live in the state and you're here in town and what have you, and you don't own a pet and you want to adopt a cat or something, it will be spayed or neutered, and it will be chipped before you get to take it home, or it will be at your home. You're going to pick it up from the vet. The vet of your choice, whatever. We have many fine vets in town. Whichever one you like to take your pets to, that's where the pet will go. Unless, of course, it's already been spayed or neutered, but it's still got to get chipped.
Right.
Regardless.
Very rarely do they come in spayed, neutered, and microchipped. It's either they're microchipped and not fixed, or they're fixed and not microchipped.
Well, and even if they are microchipped, that has to be updated for
right.
your
We have to get the
information.
registration changed over into the new adopter's name. And sometimes that is not as easy as it sounds. Depending on the microchip company, it can be real easy, and sometimes it can't be. So don't feel frustrated with the microchip companies. Their most interest is that pet being registered to who it lives with.
I'm curious. This is just because I've been out of the game for a while. Do they still clip the ear on cats when they spay or neuter them?
If it's requested.
Okay.
The majority of the cats that receive the clipped ear are the feral cats that have been spay, neutered, and released.
Okay.
What's a clip ear do?
So
it's
just
a
notifies
designation.
if they get into a cat trap that animal has already been sterilized.
Okay, it's an ID. I got
Yeah, so
okay.
it's either the inner of the ear and it looks like a little V notched out of it, or it's the lower half down here.
Mike, I had a cat named Mikey. This is years ago. They clipped his left ear. It was just a little notch out. I remembered it because it reminded me of Furball from Tiny Toons. So I always thought about it.
But
so basically, that's how they mark feral cats.
They do, but unfortunately, feral cats tend to get into a lot of fights.
Right.
And so sometimes
they got a notch already taken.
They already got a notch already taken out. So the vets try to make it look as fight.
Right.
It's
rounded.
It looks like it was deliberately done, not something that could have happened in their life.
And then some of them have even started doing not so much like a notch, but where it's kind of like a figure 8, punched out of the ear.
Right.
Just a hole punch out of the ear.
Right.
And then they're tattooing the inside of the ears, where it's visible. They're trying to do a lot of things to help bring the attention to the ears. I bite.
Kitty butts drive me nuts, stuff like that.
Oh, I
Tuna
saw this
is my
thing last
co-pilot.
night. It says Bond, James Bond, and then it says butt, fluffy butt, and it's got a Sylvester cat with a white bow tie. I was like, oh my god, I love it.
Cute. That is cute.
My other car is a cat.
Yeah, my other car is a cat carrier.
I bet there's a lot of I don't care about your problems, but here's mine kind of themed stuff for cats. But anyway, yes, please note all of that stuff. And then, of course, for adopting of dogs, they do want to make sure you live in a fenced-in, a home with a fenced-in yard.
They'll come check, make sure there's no
holes. Any
holes.
kind of other dogs in the home will have to do a meet and greet. And cats, again, other than the spay and neuter, have to be committed as indoor cats.
Yeah, strictly indoors.
Yeah, so they are not to be put outside where they can go feral or
get hit by animals or attacked by another larger animal.
Yeah. Cats don't. Feral cats don't live as long as your house cats. That's
No, their life expectancy typically is right about a year.
yeah. Whereas you can have that cat in your home for like 20 years.
It's been a real battle
depending
with
on
my
the age.
youngest. He keeps trying to get out. Not Hunter, my youngest cat.
Yeah. Get a metal coffee can, like the small ones,
Uh-huh.
and then fill it with pennies or marbles, tape the lid shut. Every time he walks by the door and you're at the house, chunk the can, hit the door.
Not the cat. Got it.
Not the cat.
Got it.
Hit the door.
Thank you for clarifying. That'll show him.
How is your aim? Like he's like, I know you wear thick glasses.
Well, that's
Sean.
the thing is, I'm a little nearsighted.
I
so
wasn't aiming for the
I
cat.
was just gonna shake the can.
No,
but-
so hit the door with the can.
Okay.
Because if you shake the can, you're the reasoning for the sound.
I understand.
When you throw the can and it hits the door and it makes the sound, the door randomly made the sound, and it's going to terrify him to stay away from the door.
Gotcha. Now, what do I do when Hunter wants out? No, I'm kidding.
You put a leash on him, that's retractable, and then
Alright.
you lock and then pull.
Fair enough. The Humane Society lady told me it's fine, Hunter. You're going to be leashed.
You are going to be leashed and you're going to be harness broke.
That's right. The cat and dog lady told me it's got to happen.
Yep. Because I'm familiar
She
with
knows
toddlers
best.
too.
And don't even get me
Got them
started about your
covered.
Thunder shirt.
You being Thunder shirt.
We're going to get Mike a thunder shirt that's got a little clasp on the back of it so that way Kim can harness him and clip it to him like a leash.
I like it.
As long as I can breathe in it.
And a choke chain.
You know what? I got to get him the prong collar because he does misbehave a lot.
That's true.
Dang.
You want the thunder shirt? You got to have the rest.
Well, I mean, as long as my territory is vast, I'm okay with it.
You know what? You mark whatever you need to mark. All right.
Yeah.
That's
I
actually
said we
behind
have
the
it all.
curtain. That's behind the beaded curtain.
You know, the
Thrift
book
shop
room, it's
after
a
dark.
book room.
We have to geofence Mike around certain buildings, so he wears this.
Hey, Mike, come here real quick. Sometimes we do it just to mess with him.
It's like they always tease me. They're like, "Hey, you want to go to La Grande Victoria?" And I'm like, "I can't. My collar doesn't go that far." I get to the corner and then I get zapped.
I've got this chip implanted. It's a whole nother level of microchipping.
I'm just standing on the corner
Picturing
going,
Mike break a threshold.
I see people walking out with burgers and stuff, and I'm just like, I can't go over there. They're like, you want one? Come here.
Dancing at it.
Then I step out in the street, and I get zapped, and I'm like, oh, and they laugh. And
We
they
put
do this
single
every-
donuts on a plate just out of his reach. We have fun.
We are cruel and unusual.
That's right.
There you go. If anybody has any questions about
Yes.
anything, go to check out the website, roswellhumane.org. There you can see every single pet that is calling the shelter home. If you see not available next to their name, that means that pet is in quarantine. It could be because it's new to the shelter and is waiting on shots or whatever. It could be that it's a youngling, puppy or kitten that is not of weight yet, or it's just like you said, it's new and they're waiting to figure out if it's healthy and stuff before they put it with the other pets, so it doesn't get the others sick and all that.
But if you are interested, you can send us an email. Our email address is linked on the website. And then just say, hey, was inquiring about such and such dog or cat. And then we will respond to you telling you what information we know about that animal. And then when we approximately think it will be coming out of quarantine, for you to come down and visit.
Yeah. And then you come and you can get the paperwork going, get everything going. And then by the time it comes out of quarantine, it goes right to the vet to get its, spay or neutered and chipped. And then you're part of your loving family. So please reach out. And then, like we said earlier, support the thrift store. Great way to get stuff very inexpensively while at the same time every single bit of it going back to pay for vet bills, cleaning products, litter, all the stuff that they need to take care of these pets. So good deal. Did we get it all?
I think we did.
Awesome. So come on out today, tomorrow, Saturday. It's going to be closed, and then they'll back
we'll
to
be
normal
open on
schedule
Tuesday.
next week.
Any plans for the 4th, for the weekend? Or are you going to do the normal Roswell thing and just stay away from downtown?
Away from downtown.
Yeah, makes sense.
only come into the town, because I live in Dexter
Yeah,
now.
you load up a pack mule and come in for supplies.
I'll stop at Albertsons on South Main. I ain't even gonna come all the way in.
So what? Someone from Dextarian, Dexite,
Well, I'm actually a Roswellite, just who relocated to Dexter.
Well, now you're a Dextarian.
So she's ambidextrous.
I'm ambidextrous.
Dexterite. I don't know it.
She has great dexterity.
I don't know the proper term. I like Dexterian. I think that's a pretty good one. A Dextarian.
I'm a Dextarian.
There you go. Well, happy Dextarian to you. And
happy 4th to y'all.
I'm actually Pentecostal. So you're a Dextarian?
Mm-hmm.
From the makers of Hydrox. All right, it is 9:53. We're going to get you up to date with some news and a quick break, and then we'll wrap things up for today's show out here at the International UFO Museum and Research Center. Broadcasting live today and tomorrow. We'll be back. Don't go away.
Coast Valley News Update. I'm Jared Sorello. Thanks for joining us this hour. A reminder that most city and county offices will be closed on Monday because of the Independence Day holiday. That includes Artesia, Carlsbad, Roswell, and both Eddy and Chavez County. In Roswell, some city services will operate on an adjusted schedule throughout next week. The Roswell Public Library, Roswell Museum, and Roswell Adult Center will all be closed Monday. The Roswell Recreation and Aquatic Center will open 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. The Spring River Zoo will open from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And the Roswell Visitor Center will open regular hours on Monday. City bus service and trash pickup in Roswell will be altered because of the holiday. Still no cause of death known for two men who were found dead at an Eddy County oil field site. Deputies responded Sunday morning to the oil field near Lovington Highway and Turkey Tract Road. The identity of the men has also not yet been released, but anyone with information is being urged to call 575-887-7551. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello reporting.
Turn up your radio. Here's the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
Secret Service now claims Liz Cheney, the committee, never checked with him on this claim. So she's not even a witness to this. And the person, she says, told him, says, no, I'll testify that that's not the case. Secret Service agent will testify that's not the case. Just like the witnesses that were there when Trump authorized the National Guard, they're not being called in. Then Nancy Pelosi and Muriel Bowser had the option to call up the Guard. They didn't bring them in. They didn't bring the Sergeant at Arms in. The Capitol Police Chief that requested National Guard troops himself again and again and again and again, they've not been brought in because it doesn't fit their predetermined outcome and narrative. This is beyond anything I've ever seen in my life. The corruption stinks to high heaven.
Check out the Sean Hannity radio show later today, right here.
Listen, the last time the economy looked like this, the stock market tanked 50%. The U.S. dollar lost 46% of its value, and the price of oil quadrupled. Yet, while the U.S. economy collapsed and inflation ran through the roof, the price of gold shot up 1,300%, and silver rocketed over 2,400%. So if history repeats itself, we could see it happen again. Can you afford to miss what could be the biggest gold and silver boom of our generation? That's why I want you to call Goldco at 855-815-GOLD, because when you do, you'll not only get the chance to protect your retirement savings with gold and silver, but as a Sean Hannity listener, you could get $10,000 or more in free silver just for doing it. This is a rare opportunity, and that's why I want you to call, again, Goldco at 855-815-GOLD. That's Goldco, 855-815-GOLD. Don't miss out. Check them out today.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We're expecting mid-90s for the afternoon high today, and we have high pressure over the area, so we'll be getting a lot of sunshine. For the overnight hours, clear and our low near 70, and then mostly sunny on Friday morning, but we do have a chance of an afternoon shower or thunderstorm, especially around the Roswell area. Our highs will be in the mid to upper 90s, scattered showers in the afternoon for the weekend. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason. A Wall Street sell-off on this final day of the second quarter. The stock market opened sharply lower this morning as the street prepares to put the wraps on what has been a brutal first half of the year. A measure of inflation that's closely tracked by the Fed rose 6.3% last month from a year earlier and unchanged from its level in April. The government also reports a sluggish 0.2% rise in consumer spending April to May, a sign that inflation starting to take an even deeper bite out of the budgets of consumers. OPEC and its allies, including Russia, deciding to boost oil output by an amount not expected to relieve high gas prices at the pump and energy-fueled inflation that's busting budgets around the globe. A big opioid settlement and a COVID vaccine slowdown weighing heavily on third-quarter earnings for Walgreens, but the drugstore chain did top expectations. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason.
There's a whole universe out there. Come explore at the International UFO Museum and Research Center, featuring engaging exhibits and in-depth first-hand accounts of the incident that put Roswell on the map. The research library features the most comprehensive collection of UFO research materials in the world, and you can get exclusive one-of-a-kind gifts and merch from the gift shop or online at RoswellUFOmuseum.com. Don't forget about the UFO Festival, July 1st through 3rd, celebrating the 75th anniversary of the Roswell incident. The International UFO Museum and Research Center. It's otherworldly.
Oh, shooters, get ready. The H.F. Sinclair Charity Freedom Clay Shoot is set for Saturday, July 16th at the Eddy County Shooting Range. Deadline to register is July 11th. 1 in 4 shooters win, with one winner drawn from each team. There's a big silent auction and fantastic prizes. A shotgun, rifles, pistols, coolers, smokers, and more. All shooters receive a gift and lunch, Friday night lights, and 5 stand shoot. Plus a cookout is optional. Register online at artesiachamber.com. All proceeds benefit local Boy Scouts and community impact programs.
A tool used to measure your feet at the shoe store is called a Brannick device. The person that measures your feet at home for no reason is called a creep with a foot fetish. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is about ready to wrap up today's show. If you missed any part of it, you can always go back and check it out at your leisure, ksvptv.com. Just click on the Mornings with Mike Winters channel, and then you'll find it at your leisure. But we'll be back bright and early, 7 a.m. tomorrow here at the UFO Museum and Research Center for the big day one of the UFO Festival. Lots of stuff happening out here, so definitely want to make sure you're a part of it. So, all right, that's going to do it for us. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico. Have a